Welcome back to Theory Hammer, everyone, where we're going to be taking a look at the Astra Militarum Codex today. I know it's been out for a little while. I haven't had a chance to get one until recently. So we're going to take a look through it. We're going to go through all the different detachments, all the enhancements for everything. We're going to go through all the data sheets, and I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as possible, and hopefully my microphone is on this time. Hopefully the microphone's on, because the last Codex review that I made, I went to edit it, and I was like, there's no audio. And so I had to use a backup track that sounded awful. So that was fun, and it was super late at night when I recorded that, so I wasn't about to redo it. And it was the night before I wanted to post it, so yeah, that sucked. Anyway, we're going to look at the Imperial Guard, the Astra Militarum, whatever you want to call them. We're going to look at their codex today, this nice, beautiful special edition codex, I think. Pretty sure it's special edition. Came in the Krieg box. So we're going to take a look at it, and we're going to just see what we got. I've taken a little bit of a look at things like here and there. I'm taking a look at a couple of units here and there. But overall, I haven't really read this myself. So that's what we're going to do. That's the way that I like to do it. Hopefully you guys like that as well. If you do, thunderhammer that like and subscribe button, hit Nurgle's bell, check out the other videos, leave comments, do all the stuff. And check out the other channel where we do video game stuff. Alright, I think we're ready to get into the codex itself here. I've put the little thing where I need to go this time. I was smart. Let's just pop right to that, and we're going to be doing the same thing we always do here, which is going over the matched play stuff. We're not going to be worrying about any of the Crusade stuff. So, if that's what you're looking for, this is not the video for you. So, let's just get it quick. The forces of the Astra Militarum. Baboo. I'm going to try to go through this quickly. Like I said, I don't want this to take like 5 hours. So here we go. We got the army rule. This didn't really change too much, but if your army faction is Astra Militarum, then officer models with this ability can issue orders. Each officer's data sheet will specify how many orders it can issue in each battle round, and which units are eligible to receive those orders. Each time an officer model issues an order, select one of those orders below, and then select one eligible friendly unit within 6 inches of that officer to issue the order to. Alright, so the officer model can issue orders in your command phase, and at the end of any phase in which they disembarked from a transport or were set up on the battlefield. This was an addition from the balanced data slate, so this is good, because they can get out of stuff and do stuff. So that's good for scions and things like that. Now, until the start of your next command phase, that unit you selected is affected by that order, unless otherwise stated. A unit can only be affected by one order at a time. Any order subsequently issued to that unit replaces the current one. Orders cannot be issued to battle-shocked units, and if a unit being affected by an order becomes battle-shocked, the order ceases to affect that unit. Alright, so only Astra Militarum models can gain the benefit of orders issued to their unit. Okay, so if you have non-Astra Militarum models attached to the unit, like an Inquisitor or something, I guess, they don't get the benefit. So, you got move, plus 3 inches to the move characteristic. Fixed bayonets, plus 1 weapon skill. Take aim, plus 1 ballistic skill. First rank fire, second rank fire, plus 1 attacks for your rapid fire weapons. Take cover, plus 1 to your save characteristic, and to a max of 3+, but this is just all the time, against everything. Shooting, combat, plus 1 save. This stacks with being in cover as well. And then duty and honor improve the leadership and objective control characteristic by 1. That's what we get for our army rule. Didn't really change that much at all, did it? There's no noticeable changes to me, so it probably changed a little bit, but I'm not exactly sure what specific verbiage changed, but it reads the same way to me. You do them in your command phase or when you get out or deep strike down, and you pick. They didn't change the orders themselves, so anyway. Combined arms. This was the original one that we had from the index before we got the bridgehead one. So, combined arms is born soldiers as the detachment rule. Each time a model in a regiment unit from your army makes a ranged attack that targets a visible unit, excluding monsters and vehicles, that attack has lethal hits. Each time a model in a squadron unit from your army makes a ranged attack that targets a visible monster or vehicle unit, that attack has lethal hits. So it's the same detachment rule, basically. These squadron regiment things may have changed, so that might matter. Our enhancements. Death Mask of Olanius? Yeah. Officer model only while the bearer is while the bearer's unit is battle shocked, subtract 1 from the objective control characteristic of models in that unit instead of changing it to 0. Okay. Drill Commander, and I'll go over the points of stuff as well, because we have the points. But Drill Commander, officer model only while the bearer is leading a unit each time a model in that unit makes a ranged attack. If the unit remains stationary this turn, a critical hit is scored on a successful unmodified hit roll of 5+. I'm pretty sure the remain stationary thing is new, right? Pretty sure that's new. Grand Strategist, officer model only in your command phase, the bearer can issue an additional order. Great. Awesome. Yeah. This is good. Grand Strategist, we give that a thumbs up. Reactive Command, officer model only. Each time an enemy unit is set up within 9 inches of the bearer can issue 1 order. This is not counted towards the number of orders the bearer can issue in a battle round. Interesting. Alright, let's bring up the points. Alright, so our Death Mask is 10 points. The Drill Commander is 20 points. The Grand Strategist is 15. And then Reactive Command is also 15. This is awful. I mean, the only time that this really works is against 6-inch deep strikes, because 3-inch ones are gone, but against 6-inch deep strikes and against things disembarking from transports, because it's each time an enemy unit is set up within 9 inches of the bearer. You can't be within 9 inches of the bearer's unit when you deep strike in, unless you're doing it within 6, with like a strat or something, or whatever, or you're getting out of transport. So, yeah, I don't like that. But yeah, it's only 15 points, whatever, fine, let's move on. Coordinated action is our first command point stratagem thing. Start of any phase, you select 1 regiment unit from your army and 1 squadron unit from your army within 6 inches and visible to the regiment unit. Till the end of the phase, orders affecting one of your units affects the other and vice versa. That's cool. I like that. Coordinated action. So you can have, you know, something with move, and then +1 to hit, or whatever. You can affect both of them, but it's the squadron and the regiment unit. So tank and non-tank get this. Reinforcements, 2 CP any phase, 1 infantry regiment unit from your army that was just destroyed. Add a new unit to your army identical to the destroyed unit in strategic reserve at its starting strength with all of its wounds remaining. Yep, it cannot be used to return attached characters. Why is my hand like red? Flexible command, 2 CP, your command phase. Any number of Astra Militarum officers from your army until the end of the phase. Your officers can issue orders to regiment units and squadron units. Okay, it's 2 CP to be able to issue orders to tanks, basically, because normally they're not going to be able to do that, I'm imagining. Fields of Fire for 1 CP. This is in your shooting phase. 1 regiment unit and 1 squadron unit from your army that have not been selected to shoot. Select 1 enemy unit until the end of the phase. Each time your selected regiment and squadron unit makes an attack that targets the enemy unit, improve the armor penetration characteristic of that attack by 1. Are Scions still a regiment unit? Because that could be kind of funny. Fields of Fire, it's 1 CP now. There was 2 before, I think, right? I think it was 2. You might be able to bring them back. Like, this might still be good for just taking a bunch of Scions if the command squad still makes them battle line. Inspired Command, 1 CP. To your opponent's command phase, you issue an order, basically. Pick an officer, they issue an order. So this is good for things like being able to give something better OC, just to take away an objective. So, I forget what it's called. Duty and Honor. Or for doing, like, take cover, something like that. Stalwart Protector, 1 CP. Your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit selects its targets. You target an Astra Militarum vehicle unit from your army until the end of the phase. Each time a ranged attack is allocated to an infantry model from your army. If the model is not fully visible to every model in the attacking unit because of your vehicle, that model has the benefit of cover against that attack. Okay. So overall, depending on what has these keywords, I actually like this detachment. 2 CP for 2 things, that's always awful. But one of them's for reinforcements, so that could be pretty nice. Flexible command, yeah, I don't know. 2 CP for that is not worth it, right? It's any number. So why did they do that? Just make it like pick 2 or something for 1 CP. Pick 2 officer units from your army or something like that, you know? Because then it could have been 1 CP. Yeah, because you're not going to need, like, everything to issue orders to your squadron things, necessarily. Maybe you do if you take, like, a whole tank regiment. We'll have to get to that detachment. Siege regiments next. Artillery support is our detachment rule, and this, I think, changed. So Creeping Barrage. At the start of the battle round, select one of the following types of artillery support. Creeping Barrage. Roll 1d6 for each enemy unit that is more than 12 inches from every model from your army that is on the battlefield. More than 12 inches from every mount. Okay, on a 5+ until the end of the battle round, that unit is shaken. While it's shaken, subtract 2 from its move characteristic, subtract 2 from its advance, and charge rolls. Silly. Roll d6 for each enemy unit that is more than 12 inches away from every model from your army at the start of the battle round. Incendiary bombardment, select a number of enemy models that is more than 12 inches away from blah, blah. Okay, until the end of the battle round, those enemy units are scattered. While it's scattered, it cannot have the benefit of cover. The maximum number of units you can select this way depends on the battle as follows. So, smoke shells, any number of units from your army. Till the end of the battle round, those units have stealth. The maximum number of units is determined like this. Okay, so it's going to be 3 for both of these. At the start of the battle round, select one of the following to apply. Roll d6 for each enemy unit on the battlefield. 12 inches. Okay, I'm pretty sure this changed to be less ridiculous. Maybe I should check and see what it says. Okay, so I think I found it here. So, roll a d6 for each enemy unit that is more than 12 inches away from every model in your army that is on the battlefield on a 5+ until the end of the battle round. That unit is shaken. While it's shaken, subtract 2 from the move characteristic, from the charge rolls, and not the advanced stuff. The maximum number of units that can be shaken by this rule in each battle round depends on the battle size, as shown below. Okay, so they basically made it so that you can pick 3 units, and then on a 5+. Ew. No. This is pretty good, though. Taking away cover, not bad. Giving everything stealth, I don't love it. I don't hate it. I don't know what I think about it. I don't play Imperial Guard, but I probably wouldn't use that. Select a number of enemy models more than 12, or number of enemy units more than 12 inches away. This is pretty good. Taking away cover, just basically. So what this is gonna basically do is your opponent's army is -1 of their armor save. That's what it basically becomes. So this is pretty fucking good. Okay, cool. But that sucks that they changed some stuff there. There's other stuff in this. Geez, why can't I think? This FAQ that I'm looking at, but we'll get to them later on because none of this other stuff's really all that important. It looks like just that is what changed. Eager Advance, infantry officer model only. While the bearer is leading a regiment unit, they have scout 6 inches. Okay, that could be pretty good. We'll have to see what has regiment, but that could be pretty good. Flash grenades. Oh, so I'll go over the points afterward. Flash grenades, this is for an infantry model only. Enemy units cannot use the fire overwatch stratagem to shoot the bearer's unit. Fine. Depending on what you can put this on. It's an infantry officer only. Enemy units cannot fire overwatch. So, it's nice to have. It's not going to be, like, required, I don't think. But definitely nice to have. Legacy sidearm, infantry model only. Infantry officer. Add 2 to the attacks characteristic of the bearer's pistols. Okay. Stalwart honors, officer model only. While the bearer is leading a unit, when that unit is issued an order, it also is affected by the take cover order. Interesting. Alright, so it's always got +1 save. Basically. Interesting stuff there. Not really sure how to feel about that. But Eager Advance is 20 points. So that's going to be this one here. Flash Grenades is also 20 points. Legacy Sidearm is going to be 10 points. And then Stalwart's Honors is going to be 15 points. This is pretty interesting, this detachment. So, Trench Fighters 1 CP. Fight phase just after an enemy unit selects its targets. 1 Astra Militarum infantry unit from your army that was the target of the attacks until the end of the phase. Each time a model in your unit is destroyed, if it has not fought, roll d6, adding 2. If it's a regiment model on a 4+, do not remove the destroyed model from play. Can fight after the attacking unit has finished making its attacks, and then it's removed from play. Cool. Number 2 is going to be Over the Top for 2 CP. Funny enough. Over the Top, start of your command phase, you target an infantry officer model from your army until the end of the phase. Your model can issue move order, and it can issue that order to any number of eligible friendly regiment units within range of the model. That is Over the Top. So for 2 CP, probably your entire army can get +3-inch move. So that's pretty interesting. It's only your infantry, though, so you won't be able to do this to your tanks, but your tanks can order themselves at this point, so who gives a shit about that? That is pretty over the top. That's pretty funny. I like this. That's good. Flare Burst, 2 CP, it's rough, because you can just issue it to everything anyway, probably. But just the fact that you can just not have very many officers and just be like, you know what, y'all just move faster, 9 inches. Flare Burst, 1 CP, your shooting phase, Astra Militarum character unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot. Until the end of the phase, each time your unit makes an attack that targets a visible enemy unit within 12 inches, you can re-roll the hit roll. Until the end of the phase, each time your unit makes an attack that targets a visible enemy unit within 12 inches, you can re-roll the hit roll. So it's a character unit, so it's the whole thing. Okay. It's fine. You take away, or you get re-roll hits against something after taking away cover. That seems pretty cool. It just has to be a big, impactful unit of some kind. I mean, you could use this on, like, Scions or something. Give a unit of Scions re-roll hits. They took away cover. This guy has more shots or something? I guess you would put the Overwatch thing on them, maybe. Anyway. Callous Sacrifice, 1 CP, your shooting phase. You target a platoon unit from your army that is within engagement range of one or more enemy units until the end of the phase. Enemy units are not considered to be within engagement range of your unit for the purposes of selecting targets for ranged weapons. Until the end of the phase, each time an enemy model loses a wound, while that model's unit is within engagement range of your unit, roll a d6 on a 4-up. One model from your unit is destroyed after the attacking unit has finished making its attacks. It doesn't even... You don't even take mortal wounds. That model is just fucking gone. It's like you have your character left, fucking dead. Furious Fusillade, 1 CP, your shooting phase, 1 platoon unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Until the end of the phase, add 1 to the attack's characteristic of ranged weapons equipped by models in your unit while targeting an enemy unit within half range. That could be pretty good. Within half range. Yeah. Yeah. Scions? That's pretty good on Scions. It's good on everything, basically. Being within half range, but you can deep strike some Scions down with the command squad. They can reroll hits and ignore cover, and then you have this for adding +1 to the number of shots, plus you also give them take aim, or right, take aim, first rank fire, second rank fire. That's the one. For extra shots, you're adding 2 extra attacks to your plasma guns, so your plasma guns are getting 4 shots apiece. What? Minefield, 1 CP. Start of your, and they have sustained hits in there and reroll wounds on, you know, if you're on an objective and all that stuff. So that's, yeah. 1 CP. Start of your charge phase, 1 platoon unit from your army until the end of the phase. Each time an enemy unit ends a charge move within engagement range of your unit, roll 1d6 for each model in that enemy unit. For each 5+, they suffer a mortal wound. For each model in the enemy unit. Okay, so this is only good against certain things. This isn't bad, honestly. This is not bad. This is funny. +1 to your attacks on certain things. A platoon. Oh, that's, you know, that's why it doesn't work on Scions, because they're not a platoon unit. Fuck. But this is still good, because +1 attack on your platoon unit means more shots of all kinds of stuff. Plus, you would do first rank, second rank. So, not bad. Trench fighters, I don't give a fuck about that. That is not useful. Over the top, pretty funny, but also you don't need it. You just take enough characters where you can do it, and probably you can take characters that, like, you could take Lord Solar maybe, but you could use this sometimes. Depending on how you build your list, you might just need to use this, which cuts down on the number of infantry officers that you need, so there's play with it. It's just like, you don't need it. So Flare Burst, reroll hit rolls, that's cool. That's not bad at all. And then, what is this one? This one, the Minefield thing, not great. But taking away cover for everything, that's really good. Alright, let's move on to the Mechanized Assault. Armored Fist. Each time an Astra Militarum model from your army makes a ranged attack in a turn in which it disembarked from a transport, add 1 to the wound roll. Overall, that's pretty good. Just as a generic thing, +1 to the wound when you get out of a transport. Okay, I can't complain there. That's pretty good. So that makes all of your Chimeras, all of your Tauroxes, potentially big things, Baneblade type things. Some of those can transport guys. Flyers, they have flyers that can transport guys. So you get out, you get +1 to the wound. Very straightforward. Enhancements, Bold Leadership. So this is 25 points. Infantry officer only. If you control an objective marker at the end of your command phase, and the bear's unit or any transport embarked within is within range of that objective marker, it remains under your control. Okay, so sticky objectives for you and your transport that you're in. Sacred Unguents. 10 points. Tech Priest Engine Seer only. At the start of your shooting phase, select 1 transport from your army, excluding aircraft and Titanic, within 3 inches of the bear until the end of the phase. Each time that transport makes an attack, you can reroll the hit roll. Damn. So, probably not good. I mean, it's 10 points. It's not terrible. Smoke grenades, 10 points. Infantry officer only. The bear's unit has the benefit of cover and the stealth ability, while the bear's unit is wholly within 3 inches of one or more friendly transport models. Fine, 10 points. You know, whatever. Vanguard honors 15 points. Officer model only, so infantry. The bear's unit can disembark from a transport after it advanced. If it does, it counts as making a normal move, but it cannot declare a charge. Okay. Can't Tauroxes already allow you to get out after they advanced? I think that might be what they do. Vox Relay. So overall, fine. This is probably the best one. Bold Leadership. It's the most expensive one. And cool detachment roll. Vox Relay, 1 CP. Your command phase infantry officer unit from your army embarked within a transport. You can use the stratagem even though they're embarked. Until the end of the phase, your unit can issue orders even though it's not on the battlefield, and it can issue orders to Astra Militarum transport unit from your army, regardless of the distance to and from your unit's transport. Okay, cool. Rapid Dispersal, 1 CP movement phase, your movement phase. 1 Astra Militarum infantry unit from your army that disembarked from a transport this phase, they can make a normal move of up to d6 inches. This is in your movement phase. From your army that disembarked from a transport. It can move d6 inches after it gets out. Okay, yeah, because it happens in your movement phase. Clear and Secure, 1 CP, your shooting phase. 1 Astra Militarum unit from your army that disembarked from a transport this phase and has not been selected to shoot. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack that targets a unit within range of an objective marker, you can reroll the hit and you can reroll the wound. Okay, so that's very good. It's really good. Swift Interception, 1 CP. Your opponent's movement phase just after an enemy unit ends a normal advance or fallback move. You target 1 transport unit from your army, excluding Titanic, that's not within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units and is within 9 inches of the enemy unit that just ended that move. What a mouthful. Your transport can make a normal move up to 6 inches. So reactive move, we love to see it. That's good. Just after an enemy unit does stuff, yeah, make a 6-inch move. Cool. Hasty Extraction, 1 CP. Your opponent's charge phase just after an enemy unit selects targets for a charge, but before it makes a charge move, 1 Astra Militarum infantry unit from your army that was selected as the target of the charge is the target. Provided your unit is not within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units, and every model from your unit is within 3 inches of an Astra Militarum transport from your army, it can embark within that transport. Move out, 1 CP. So at the end of your opponent's turn, 1 Astra Militarum unit from your army, provided it's not within engagement range, and every model is within 3 inches of an Astra Militarum transport, it can embark within the transport. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I like that. This is good. I mean, you just get blown off the table by shooting, but like, it's pretty good, right? If you're not getting blown off the table by shooting, if somebody wants to charge you, you can just hop back inside the transport, and there you go. So, Mechanized Assault, very straightforward, +1 to wound. This is going to be basically only impactful for infantry. For anything that can get inside of transports. All of your tanks, all of your everything else, things that can't embark in transports, gain basically no benefit from this. This targets an officer. This targets the infantry officer. This targets infantry. This targets a unit that disembarks from a transport. This targets a transport. This targets infantry. And this basically targets infantry because they want to get back inside the transport. So there's 2 ways to get inside of a transport here. Yeah. It's just weird how you can do both these. Anyway, so yeah, this doesn't affect anything else, which is my problem with it. So that's what we got. That's the Mechanized Assault. You got some interesting stuff. +1 to wound is really good. Doesn't seem bad. I'll put it that way. I don't hate this detachment. I think it's pretty good. I just wish that this applied to more stuff, I guess. Alright, moving on. Hammer of the Emperor. Iron Tread is our detachment rule. Each time a squadron unit from your army advances, do not make an advance roll for it until the end of the phase. Add 6 inches to the move characteristic of models in that unit, and when making an advance move, that unit can move within engagement range of enemy models, but cannot end that move within engagement range of enemy models. I hate the way these things are worded. Basically, it's allowed to move through enemy models, but it can't, like, stop within an inch of an enemy model. So, enhancement number 1 is going to be Calm Under Fire. What an awesome name. vehicle officer model only once per turn. After the bearer issues an order to a squadron unit from your army, you can issue the same order to another squadron unit from your army. Okay. So Rogaldorn tank commanders probably want this, right? Because now it issues once per turn. So yeah. That's what it does. It wants that. Because it issues the same, or basically issues move to like 2 things. So that's pretty cool. And then it can issue a third order to something else. So Indomitable, so Calm Under Fire. Calm Under Fire is going to be 15 points. Indomitable Steed is also 15 points, and this gives it a 6-up Feel No Pain. So very straightforward, nothing crazy. The next one that we got here is going to be the Regimental Banner. Add 3 to the bearer's objective control characteristic. I think that makes a Rogaldorn OC8, which is actually pretty good at that point. Veteran Crew is 20 points. Each time a model in the bearer's unit makes a ranged attack, reroll a hit roll of 1. 20 points, huh? Okay. So, we auto-advance 6 inches. Okay. Not thrilled by these yet, but that's what we got for those, so not sure about this one. Final hour, 1 CP, your command phase 1 squadron unit from your army that's below half strength. Until the end of the battle round, ranged weapons equipped by models in your unit, excluding one shot, of hazardous, and each time a model in your unit makes a ranged attack, you can ignore any or all modifiers to the attack's ballistic skill and the hit roll. Why does it get hazardous? That's... what? What's the point of making them get hazard? Okay. Blazing Advance, 1 CP. Your movement phase, just after a squadron unit from your army advances, you target that unit until the end of the turn. Your unit is eligible to shoot in a turn in which it advanced. That should just be stapled onto this, or something. Like, add 2 to your advance characteristic when you make an advance, and you get to shoot. Like, you gain assault. So this should just be part of this. So fuck this. This should be, yeah. Blazing Advance, you get to shoot after you advanced, which your whole army should be able to do if it's going to be able to, if your whole detachment rule is going to be auto-advance 6 inches. Tactical Withdrawal, 1 CP, your movement phase just after a squadron unit from your army falls back, you target that unit until the end of the turn. Your unit is eligible to shoot in a turn in which it fell back. That's fine. Fall back, shoot. That's good. Especially for vehicles that want to not stay in combat and shoot and actually want to like do other things. They can fall back and do stuff now. Crash through, 1 CP, your movement phase or your charge phase. You target an Astra Militarum vehicle unit from your army that has not been selected to move this phase. Okay. Until the end of the phase, each time your unit makes a normal move, advanced move, or charge move, it can move horizontally through terrain features if they were not there. Great. This should just be part of the rulebook, like the core rulebook, but we have a CP for it here. That's pretty good. Each time it makes a normal advance or charge move, it can move. Yeah, so that's pretty good because you don't have to navigate around walls and shit anymore. You can just go right through them and then just shoot the thing that you care about. You don't have to like worry about getting like these angles. Like, do I have the range to move this far? I gotta pivot this fucking thing, and now I lose 2 inches, and fuck all that. You can just move right through the terrain with this one. So, and that's plus 3-inch move if you need it to as well. That's pretty good. Furious Cannonade, 1 CP, your shooting phase 1 squadron unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot until the end of the phase. Each time it makes an attack that targets an enemy unit within 12. Improve the AP by 1. Okay. Nice. So, this makes your multi-melt is AP 5. This makes your, Iron Hail Stubber things, I think it makes them AP 1, which is pretty nice, actually. This makes a lot of your other stuff AP 3 and AP 4, like your cannons. This makes a Demolisher Cannon AP 5, or AP 4, excuse me. Yeah, this is cool. You can also combine this with an Exterminator for the +1 AP that he gives. So, nice. Blade of Plating, 2 CP, your opponent's shooting phase. Just after an enemy unit selects its target, you target a vehicle unit from your army that was the target of those attacks until the end of the phase. Each time an attack is allocated to that thing, reduce the damage by 1. So, you can put this on a Baneblade. There's no restriction there. You can have a Baneblade that's -1 damage, which sounds pretty good. Except it doesn't get, like, you can advance it, you can move it through terrain as well, which is also awesome. So, yeah, move your thing through terrain, and then make it -1 damage. That's the way we do it. What does the Engine Seer do now? I guess we'll have to find out. Next is Recon Element. I hate the Catachin, and I know like 10 people just clicked off this video because I said that, but I don't know. They never hit it for me. If they're your thing, that's awesome. They're not my thing. Like, I just don't find them interesting at all. So, recon element, Masters of Camouflage. Walkers and regiment models from your army have the benefit of cover. While such a model has the benefit of cover for any other reason, improve the save characteristic by 1. And this is actually a pretty good attachment rule. So, it doesn't affect all that many things. So, you have your walkers, which is basically your sentinels. And then your regiment things is going to be any infantry, basically. Maybe not all infantry, but most of your infantry should be a regiment thing. They all have cover. If they're already in cover, which they're probably going to be in cover, now they get +1 save. Now, if you put the order on them, now they all have a 3-up save. Like, you can make your entire army a 3-up save with this, which is pretty interesting. Guerrilla Honors is our first enhancement, and Guerrilla Honors is 25 points. Infantry model only, so an officer. After both players have deployed their armies, if the bearer is on the battlefield, select up to 3 Astra Militarum infantry units from your army and redeploy them. When doing so, whatever. I don't fucking care. You're never gonna fucking use it. It's useless. Next, scare gas grenades. Why? Why is it called a scare gas grenade? Alright, this is for an Astra Militarum infantry model only, so you could put this on a tech priest or something. Once per battle, at the start of any phase, the bearer can use this enhancement. If it does, select one enemy unit within 8 inches of the bearer, excluding monsters and vehicles. They take a battle shock test. This better be 5 points, or you'll never fucking see it, ever. It is 5 points. Survival gear. Survival gear is also 5 points. The bearer has Scout 6 inches. Doesn't give it to the unit, but he can be attached to a unit that has it, and then they don't lose it. So that's good. Tripwires. Astra Militarum infantry model only. Each time an enemy infantry or mounted unit ends a normal advance or fallback move within 9 inches of the bearer's unit, roll a d6 on a 4+ until the start of your next turn. The enemy unit is stunned. While it's stunned, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Okay. Tripwires is 20 points. No. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Abso-fucking-lutely not, bro. These are all bad. Okay. Crack shots, 1 CP. This is in your shooting phase. You target a platoon unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Until the end of the phase, ranged weapons equipped by models in your unit have precision. Okay. Gives a whole unit precision for shooting. Draw them out, 1 CP. Your opponent's movement phase, just after an enemy unit ends a normal advance or fallback move, you target a platoon unit from your army that is within 9 inches of that enemy unit and not within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units. You can make a normal move up to 6. That's annoying. On a big blob of infantry, they just move towards you and get in your way even more. They could just move on to an objective. They're going to take it from you. Interesting. Or you can, as always, get behind cover or something like that. Scramble field, 1 CP. At the start of your opponent's reinforcement step, you target an Astra Militarum unit from your army until the end of the phase. Enemy units cannot set up within 12 inches of them. That's annoying. So at the start of your opponent's reinforcement step. So if you really need to block off an area of the table, you can, but you have to do it before they put anything down, right? Because at the start, I think so. Courageous Diversion, 1 CP. At the start of your opponent's shooting phase, you target an Astra Militarum infantry or mounted unit. Until the end of the phase, your unit has Feel No Pain 6+, and each time an enemy model makes an attack, if your unit is the closest eligible target, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Okay. It's not amazing. The -1 to hit is actually not bad. 6 of Feel No Pain you might already have anyway, though. Right? Because you can get a 6 of Feel No Pain from like a medic or something. From the command squads. Tanglefoot Grenades, 1 CP. Start of your opponent's charge phase. Astra Militarum grenade unit from your army. Till the end of the phase, each time an enemy unit selects your unit as the target of a charge, subtract 2 from the charge roll. This is not cumulative with other negative modifiers. Okay. 1 CP to make you -2 to your charge. Fine. Only targets grenade units. Scouting Outriders, 1 CP, end of your opponent's turn. Mounted or walker unit from your army that is wholly within 10 inches of 1 or more battlefield edges and not within engagement range. Remove it from the battlefield, place it into strategic reserve. So, yeah. Reactive moves is good. This is weird. I mean, you kind of have to do it. Like, it makes sense for it to happen at the start of your opponent's reinforcement step, but, like, you have to predict where they're going to set stuff up, which is not necessarily easy. Crack shots is kind of interesting. Giving the whole unit a whole platoon precision on their ranged weapons with like first rank fire, second rank fire, if your character is exposed, he's probably fucking dead. So that's not the worst stratagem I've ever read. Courageous Diversion's fine, and Tanglefoot Grenades is fine. Yeah, like if you try to charge out of Deep Strike, you will not make it. So there's basically a 0% chance you make that. It's pretty slim. This is fine. You get to put your stuff back into reserve. So overall, I'm not super thrilled by this, but maybe it's crazy. Like maybe you have a unit in cover with a 6-up Feel No Pain that's -1 to hit and has take cover, so that now they have a 3-up save. And like, it's 20 guys. How do you get through that? Or like, maybe instead of having the 6-up Feel No Pain, you put a Psyker with them to give him a 4-up invuln, because I think he does that. So like, now you've got a big blob, 4-up invuln, 6-up Feel No Pain, and a 3-up save on an objective. Like, that's... maybe there's something to that. And they're -1 to hit. But like, otherwise, it's just not... it's not making me hard, you know? It's not getting me going at all. So, yeah. We're gonna move on. I missed one, right? Wait. Was that it? We didn't miss one? We did not miss one. I was expecting to see Bridgehead in here. There's no next page, so... pretty cool picture. I really like this paint scheme a lot, actually. This, I don't like. Now we're going to move on to the data sheets. This guy's really happy. This is actually an old picture. They've had this art for a long, long time. I mean, it looks dated, but not that it's a bad picture. It's great. This is one of the most iconic guard pictures. It's been the cover of a lot of their codexes before. But it has definitely been around a while. The way this guy's twisting, though, I don't get it. Like, look at him. His foot is going... he's going this way. But, like, his hips are pointing this way. It doesn't make sense. Let's move on to these data sheets. Lord Solar Leontis. Moves 12, toughness 4, 3-up, 4-up, 8 wounds, leadership 6, OC 2. Interesting that he's OC 2, but it's probably because he's on a horse and he's got a base like this fucking big. Ranged weapons didn't change. Strength 8, AP 2, 2 damage with 2 shots at a 12-inch range. Combat looks like it didn't change. 6 attacks at 6/2/2 on 2s, and then he's got his hooves. This model can be attached to Rough Riders, Cadian Shock Troops, Kadich and Jungle Fighters, Death Corps of Krieg, Death Riders, Kashkins, and then Krieg Combat Engineers. He must be your warlord. He does not have anything interesting besides mounted. He's a leader. He's got voice of command. At the start of your command phase, if he's on the battlefield, you gain a CP. After both players have deployed their army, select up to 3 units from your army, redeploy them. You can put them into strategic reserve. It's fine. It's good for, like, things that can infiltrate. Because then they infiltrate, and they do what they need to do. Oh, it's after the players deployed their army. Yeah. No, that makes sense, yeah. Because you infiltrate, block off somewhere so that they can't infiltrate over there. And then you get to redeploy, which is nice. So, you can issue 3 orders to Astra Militarum units, but that was changed. He can only issue orders to regiment and squadron units, I want to say. Oh, and you know what? There is actually a change that I'm seeing here to this detachment that we just went over. Yeah, so this is only the models. It affects the save characteristic of models that are in the cover by 1, not the unit. Anyway, Lord Solar. I don't see anything about this, so it's possible I'm missing that, but I don't see... he can just issue orders to Astra Militarum units as far as I can tell. So that's Lord Solar. He is 150 points. Ursula Creed, 65 points, moves 6 with a toughness of 3, a 4-up save, 5-up invuln, 4 wounds, leadership 7, OC 1. Duty and Vengeance is her ranged weapon with 4 attacks. It's a pistol with 12 inches. Strength 5, AP 2, damage 1. Power weapon in combat, strength 4, AP 2, damage 1. She can lead Cadian Shock Troops and Karshkins. Did you say that? Kasherkins. Not Karshkins, Kasherkin. Infantry character, okay, she doesn't have anything interesting. She's a leader, though, with voice command, Lord Castellan. While she's leading a unit, they can be affected by up to 2 different orders at the same time. Tactical Genius. Once per battle round, select one friendly regiment unit within 12 inches of this model to be targeted with a stratagem for 0 CP. even if a different unit has already been targeted with this same stratagem that phase. Oh, she can issue 3 orders too? Yo, she's busted. She's 65 points? Huh? Yo, take Ursula Creed. Okay. Yeah. She doesn't have like any special shit going on here. You can just take her. She can only be attached to specific things, but my god. Issues 3 orders, gives things 2 orders at the same time, and gets you free strats. Ursula Creed, auto take. Lord Cadian Castellan. So, Mr. Cadian Castellan is 55 points. 10 points less than Creed. He can issue 2 orders, which is nice. Nice. While he's leading a unit, they have sustained hits 1, but with ranged only. And they're eligible to shoot in a turn in which they fell back. He's got like your average stuff here, so he's got like bolt guns, bolt pistols, plasma pistol. You can take a power fist, 3 attacks hitting on 3s, strength 6 AP2, 2 damage. He can be attached to Cadian shock troops and Kashrkin as well. He does have grenades, that's what I was looking for. So he's got grenades, he's got a 5-up invuln basically. He's got a 5-up save, but he's got a 5-up invuln. Move 6, T3, 5-up invuln. 4 wounds, leadership 7, OC1. That's what he does. He's a leader. He can issue 2 orders. 55 points. Cadian Command Squad. Okay, there's a lot of words here. So they move 6, T3, 5-up save, 3 wounds on the commander, 1 wound on everybody else. Leadership 7, OC1. They can take bolt pistols, grenade launchers, las guns, melta guns, plasma guns. All the same imperial weapons that you would expect them to be able to take. And then the what's-his-face guy, the Cadian commander, he's going to be able to take a power fist or a power weapon or whatever. You're going to give him the power fist. So, this is what they do. While this unit contains an officer, each time a ranged attack targets this unit, if this unit is within range of an objective marker you control, they have the benefit of cover against that attack. Okay. So you can get your Master Vox, they can issue orders up to 24 away, they can get a Medipack. Okay, so it is different. You return D3 destroyed models to the unit. I'm pretty sure it gave them a 6-up Feel No Pain before. Or the standard to give them OC +1 to the unit, which would make everything OC 3, which is ridiculous. Yeah, they can issue 1 order. That's what they can do. They come in at 65 points. They've got a whole bunch of options here. So, one guy can take one of the following, like a flamer, grenade launcher, melta gun, plasma gun. One guy can take a plasma pistol, right? So what do they come with? I don't care. One Cadian commander's las pistol can be replaced with one of the following. You're going to take a plasma pistol. Yep. One veteran's chainsword can be replaced with one of the following. Flamer and close combat weapon, melta gun, close combat weapon, power fist. Interesting. Yeah, he can also have a power fist. You could have 2 power fists in this unit. So you can have like 2 melta guns, 2 plasma guns, power fist, 2 flamers, whatever. So you can take a whole bunch of stuff there. They are equipped with a whole bunch of different things, basically. They're just equipped with these. You don't pay for them anymore. That makes this simpler. So you have all these war gear abilities. You don't pay for them anymore. They just come with certain models. Like one guy's got a Master Vox, one guy's got a Medipack, one guy's got the standard. I guess that does make this weird, doesn't it? So one guardsman's las gun, which would be... Oh, and the regimental standard can be replaced with one of the following. Okay. Yeah, you probably do that, right? So you take the plasma gun. Yeah, so this guy would get the other thing. Okay. Alright. Confusing ass unit. Not confusing, but just a lot of options. So that's what they got. They're 65 points. And Creed Command Squad. Probably the same amount of points if I were to guess. Yep, 65 points. Same exact statistics for the dudes and the captain. Same exact weapons. Exactly the same weapons, I'm pretty sure. So they have a trench club as a close combat weapon. That's a little bit different. But everything else looks to be the same. So the power fist notably does hit on 4s for this guy and the guy on the previous page. Yeah. What do they come with? So one guy has that. One guy has that. Yeah, oh my god. Alchemaic counter agents. There's so many things here. The Bears unit has 6-up Feel No Pain against mortal wounds. 24-inch orders. +1 OC. Once per battle, when issuing order, the Lord Commissar can issue 1 additional order. Okay. So that's kind of cool. So what do they do? While the unit contains an officer, you can target this unit with stratagems even if it was battle shocked, and orders issued to this unit do not cease to affect the unit if it becomes battle shocked. Okay. Fine. And then yeah, one guy's bolt gun. So who's got a bolt gun over here? How many guys are here? There's 5 veterans. Does this have 5 dudes too? This has 4, yeah. Okay, so this has more guys in it. Same amount of points, but their ability is worse. Yeah, these guys can cover. These guys can have strats put on. That might be better, actually. That might be better, because then they can also... Well, you can't issue orders. I don't know. I don't know what's better here, but you have options here. So one guy can have a grenade launcher, melting gun, plasma gun, etc. The commissar can have a power fist. He can have a plasma pistol. One guy can have a power weapon. One guy can have a plasma pistol. They have grenades. I'm assuming this unit has grenades. They do. They have the platoon keyword as well. So those are what we got there. High Marshal Dreer. Lord Marshal Dreer. I said High Marshal Dreer. Lord Marshal Dreer. Moves 10, toughness 4. He's got a 4-up save, but a 4-up invuln with 6 wounds, leadership 2, or leadership 7 and OC of 2, not leadership 2. He just auto passes all of them. He's 100 points. Seems okay. He's got a 6-up feel no pain. He's got a las pistol, literally. He's got the Saber of Sacrifice, anti-infantry 4-up, no dev wounds or anything, but strength 6, AP 2, damage 1 with 6 attacks. Savage Claws, some extra attacks with his horse. He can be attached to Death Riders. He has grenades. Tough to kill. The first time he's destroyed, 2-up, gets back up, close as possible, not within engagement range, with D3 wounds remaining. Leading the charge, each time this model's unit makes a charge move until the end of the turn, melee weapons equipped by models in the unit have dev wounds. Can issue 3 orders to regiment units. He's 100 points? Issue 3 orders? I dislike that very much. So that's Lord Marshal Dreer, 100 points of fucking dog shit, basically. Okay, Catechin Command Squad. There's so much shit here. Same thing as the other command squads. Same statistics there. They have access to the same weapons, it looks like. Plasma guns, melta guns, heavy flamer, that's different. Grenade launcher. So the heavy flamer is kind of cool. They have leader, scout 6 inches, which is nice. You put them with a Catechin platoon or whatever, and they can also scout up with them. They've got the same sort of equipment pieces here. Yeah, as you return guys to the unit, issue orders up to 24 away, and add 1 to the OC. While this unit contains an officer, ranged weapons equipped by models in this unit have the assault ability. And I should mention that these things can be attached to different things. So, I'm not sure where it is where you can attach multiple units together. It might be in the platoons themselves. It might say, like, you can attach a command squad and something else. But you can attach them with multiple officers. So, war gear, any number of veterans can have their las guns replaced with one of the following. All equipped the same. Huh. This is interesting. So you could just have 4 melta guns in this unit? One veteran can be equipped with a Master Vox, Medipack, and a Regimental Standard. Bro, would you just take 4 melta guns? Is that what you would do? The Catechin Command Squad is probably the same points. It is 65 points, so comes with grenades. 4 plasma guns sounds pretty good too. They have assault, which is cool, so they can just move real fast and shoot their 4 melta guns at you. Be +1 to hit. Or not, and just move real fast and have +3-inch move with move, and just get in your face. They scouted 6 inches, they moved 9 inches, that's a 15-inch move. Now there's melta guns, I don't know. Sly Marbo. Move 6, T3, save 5+, 4 wounds, leadership 7, OC 1. He's got this Ripper pistol thing, anti-infantry 2-up, strength 5, AP 1, 2 damage. With precision as well. 3 shots, so not bad, but not amazing, but not bad. Envenomed Blade, anti-infantry 2+, precision, strength 5, AP 1, 2 damage with 5 attacks, and both of these things are hitting on 2s. So if you rearrange Marbo, it actually spells Rambo. Ha, nobody knew that. He has grenades as well, can't be your warlord. He's got infiltrator, lone op, and stealth. He's a one-man army. Once per turn in your opponent's shooting phase, when an enemy unit makes a ranged attack that targets a friendly regiment unit within 3 inches of this model, after that enemy unit has shot, this model can shoot as if it were your shooting phase, but it must target only that enemy unit. When doing so, it can only do so if it's visible or eligible. Like fighting a shadow. In your shooting phase, after this model has shot, if it's not within engagement range of one of our enemy models, it can make a normal move. Okay. If it does, until the end of the turn, this model is not eligible to declare a charge. Okay, so Yeah, give him move, do some stuff. He shoots, pitter pats, and then he moves away? Is that how that works? So, that's also an old picture of Marbo. Yeah, that's Marbo. Sly Marbo, okay? Sly Marbo is 55 slimy slipers there. Next is our Lehman Russ commander. Moves 10 to 11, 2 up, 13 wounds. Leadership 7, 3 OC, so I don't think any of that changed. All of his weapons are the same. Completely the same. So, do I need to go over all the weapons? Don't think I do. But you can see them too, I think. That's my camera shut off, which is let's check it, you know? So yeah, Lehman Russ Tank Commander. It's a Tank Commander stats. It has the same war gear options. Yeah, it's great. It's a great unit. You're going to give it the 2 multi-meltas. You're going to give it something, probably a Demolisher Cannon. Although I think that these got worse somehow, right? I'm pretty sure this is 235 points, this guy. Deadly Demise D3, Voice of Command. He can issue 2 orders to squadron units. Each time this model issues an order, it can do it up to 12 inches away. Nice. Makes it a little bit better. So death begetting an officer when he's destroyed 2 up. Do not remove it from play. It can after the attacking model has finished attacking, shoot as if it were your shooting phase with full wounds remaining. So full wounds, and then it dies. Does it explode after? Can you blow up? I guess you can do both, right? So 2 up it shoots and then it explodes, but maybe not. Does it just not deadly demise? Is that just pointless and shouldn't be there? Because this goes, so if this fails, then you deadly demise. That's kind of interesting. Alright, so that's our tank commander. He's expensive as fuck. He's got the smoke keyword, squadron keyword. That's all the ones that matter, really. Rogel Dorn tank commander. Ooh, this is new. 10-inch move, 12 toughness, 2 up save, 18 wounds, leadership 7, OC 5. Okay. I'll go over the Rogel Dorn here. So Castigator Gatling Cannon. Let me do this first. Let's see what it's equipped with. It's got the Gatling Cannon, Heavy Stubber, Twin Battle Cannon, Armored Tracks. Okay. It can then take, its Twin Battle Cannon can be replaced with an Oppressor Cannon and a Coaxial Auto Cannon. The Oppressor Cannon, Strength 12, AP2, 3 damage. Twin Battle Cannon seems better. Yeah. So you're going to take the Oppressor Cannon, for sure. Yeah, you take the Oppressor Cannon, for sure. The Castigator Gatling Cannon, that's going to be, oh no, 12 attacks at 501. No. You're taking the Pulverizer Cannon, which is going to be D6 attacks at 933. Much better with Blast. He can be equipped with up to one of the following. 2 multi-meltas, because that's what you're going to do. He can be equipped with up to one of the following. 2 additional Heavy Stubbers or 2 Meltaguns. And there is an argument for the Heavy Stubbers, because having that's a lot of output. It's like 18 shots. So that is good against infantry. Having the extra 2 Meltaguns, not necessarily always going to be the best choice there. Each time this model is selected to shoot, you can reroll 1 hit, you can reroll 1 wound, and you can reroll 1 damage roll when resolving its attacks. So, on its multi-melta. You also get the Coaxial Autocannon, which is 2 shots, hitting on 4s. Usually those are +1 to hit, but it's Strength 9 AP, 1, 3 damage. It's just an autocannon. Can issue orders up to 12 away. Can issue 2 orders. It's -1 to hit if you wound it, which is this guy's 2 when he's on 1 of 4 wounds. And that's what we got. So the Rogel Dorn tank commander, though, this guy is 265 points. So 265, 235. 5 extra wounds, 1 higher toughness, but doesn't shoot back. Has more guns. This has 4. I mean, it's going to take like a heavy bolter or heavy stubber and a hunter killer missile. This doesn't do that, but it's just going to have more guns, basically. So, Rogel Dorn tank commander, pretty sweet. Can issue orders, so now he's going to give himself +1 to hit. He's going to be giving himself move. You can't do take cover because it maxed him 3 up save, but yeah. Okay, Primaris Psyker. He is 60 points. He is moving 6, toughness 3, 5 up save, 3 wounds, leadership 7, OC of 1. I mean, his combat is non-existent, basically. He has 3 attacks on 4s at strength 6, AP 1, D3 damage. So, like, it's okay, but I mean, it's better than like characters with a fucking chainsword. But it's not really that great. For ranged, you know, he's got his psychic attacks. Either you're going to do it at strength 6, AP 2, 2 damage probably. D6 plus 1 shots. Blast, devastating, hazardous, so maybe not, because he only has 3 wounds. But he can be attached to Cadian shock troops, Catachan jungle fighters, Death Corps of Krieg, Karshkins, Krieg combat engineers, interesting. Tempestus scions, interesting. Okay, he's a leader. He has malign wardings. While he's leading a unit, models in that unit have Feel No Pain 4+ against psychic attacks. Almost said mortal wounds. So against psychic attacks, psychic barrier, at the start of your opponent's shooting phase, you can roll a d6. On a 1, the psyker's unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. On a 2+ until the end of the phase, the psyker's unit has a 4-up invuln. Yeah. So, hard to kill. Makes the unit real fucking annoying. Nork Dead Dog, he's also 60 points. Move 6, T6, 4-up save, 6 wounds, leadership 7, OC of 1. He's got a 5 of Feel No Pain. He's got a Ripper Gun, which is rapid fire 3, strength 5, AP 1, 2 damage with 3 shots at 18. So with a 9, you're getting 6 shots with that. And he's hitting on 3s, by the way. So that's fucking funny. Huge Knife has devastating wounds. It's 6 attacks, 2 up to hit, strength 8, AP 1, 2 damage with 10 wounds. How is it strength 8? Literally as strong as a power fist. No. At the start of the declare battle formation step, this model must join a command squad from your army. This model is counted as part of that command squad for the rest of the battle, and its starting strength is increased accordingly. If it's not possible, it does not take part in the battle, it counts as having been destroyed. It can embark within transports, counts as 3 models. It cannot be your warlord. It has grenades. Fuck yeah, it does. So Nork Dead Dog, 60 points of pretty hard to kill. While one or more officer models are in the same unit as this model, those officers have a 4-up Feel No Pain. Thunderous Headbutt. Each time this model's unit is selected to fight, you can select an enemy unit within engagement range of this model and roll a d6. On 2 to 5, they suffer d3 mortal wounds. On the 6, they suffer d3 plus 3. Hilarious. Hilarious Nork Dead Dog. Gaunt's Ghosts. This unit is really, really good. Yeah. Really, really good. Gaunt's Ghosts, I think, are 110 points. Yep, 110. So it's a bunch of different guys. Basically, it's Gaunt, who has 3 wounds with a 4-up save. And then you have everybody else, which is 2 wounds with a 5-up save. They have 2 wounds apiece? I didn't know that. Gaunt also has a 5-up invuln, but they move 6 or toughness 3. Basically, their leadership 6, because he's going to be the last guy to die, probably, and their OC 1. Yeah. They have grenades, which is cool. They've got a whole bunch of different things. You got Bragg's autocannon, 4 shots at 913 on 5s. You got a bolt pistol, 1 shot on 2s. You got a assault las carbine, so 311 hitting on 3s with 3 shots at 24 inches. The long las, that's going to be 1 shot on 2s at 524 damage. Okay. Las carbine, that's going to be just 3 shots hitting on 3s at 301. And then Ronnie? I don't know. Ronnie Las carbine. Assault and sustained hits 1 with 3 shots, 24 inches, 301. Combat. We got a dude's silver knife. That's 3 attacks at 301. Why is it a special weapon when it's that fucking bad? Gaunt's chainsword is 5 attacks on 2s, 311. And then you have McColl's straight silver knife. Dev wounds precision. 5 attacks, 311, hitting on 2s. Okay. They have fights first. They have infiltrators. They have a lone op. They have stealth. This unit has every rule. A voice of command. They can issue 2 orders, so they come back in, right? Do they still do that? Let's just make sure. Models in the unit have the benefit of cover. Okay. The end of your opponent's turn, if it's not within engagement range of any enemy units, you can remove it from the battlefield, put it into strategic reserve, right? Yeah, you have to bring it down. So, okay. So they go up, they come down. Do they have deep strike? They don't have deep strike. It's weird. So they go up, they come down, they issue 2 orders. 2. That's pretty cool. They got grenades, they're 110 points, all that's pretty good. This unit is ridiculous. So how many are in the unit? 5 ghosts, that's 10 wounds, 13 wounds, lone op, stealthy, fight firsty, benefit of cover. What the fuck? Crazy good unit for doing actions and stuff. Alright, so then we have the Militarum Tempestus Command Squad. Move 6, T3, 4-up save, 1 wound, leadership 7, and OC 1, unless you're the prime, in which case you got 3 wounds. So this is the same, basically. Any number of dudes can have their hotshot lasgun replaced with a flamer, melt-a-gun, plasma gun, whatever you want. One guy equipped with a hotshot lasgun can be equipped with a regimental standard. One guy equipped with a hotshot lasgun can have a master vox. And then one guy can have a medipack, a hotshot lasgun, a las pistol, and a medipack. Why wouldn't you do that? You would just do that. And then the Tempesta Prime guy, he probably takes the command rod because the command rod gives them 2 orders at the same time. So the medipack, same deal. You just return D3 guys to the unit. Regimental standard, same deal, plus 1 OC. Master Vox, 24-inch away orders. So all that's the same. While this guy's leading a unit, they have sustained hits 1. Alright, so this guy notably, no longer makes your dude's battle line. He can be attached to Tempesta Scions. He can issue 1 order. But unless I missed something somewhere, he no longer makes your Scion's battle line. Then we got the Priests, move 6, T3. Oh, so the Tempesta's command squad thing. They are 85 points. Alright, so our Mana Storm Priest, move 6, T3. He's got a 4-pin bone, so save doesn't matter. 3 wounds, leadership 7, OC 1. He is 55 points, I believe. Yep, no, 35 points. I was way off. 35 points, he's very cheap. He's got a Holy Pistol, maybe? 3 shots, strength 4, AP 0, 1 damage. 12 inches, or he's got a Zealot's Vindicator, which is ignores cover torrent, so it's a flamer, D6 shots, strength 5, AP 0, damage 1. You're going to take that, like, every time. Then he can either have the Zealot's Vindicator, strength 5, AP 1, 2 damage, or with 3 attacks hitting on 4s, or he can have the Power Weapon, 3 attacks hitting on 3s, strength 4, AP 2, damage 1. He can have his this model Zealot Vindicator can be replaced with a Holy Pistol and a Power Weapon. Okay. He can be attached to Shock Troops, Jungle Fighters, Death Corps of Krieg, Kashrkins, I'm gonna fuck that up so many times, Krieg Combat Engineers, and Tempesta Scions. He's a leader. He's got War Hymns. While he's leading a unit, they have sustained hits 1. Each time a model in this unit makes a melee attack, unless it's battle shocked, reroll the hit roll. Whatever. He's got grenades. The Tech Priest, what do you do now? I like you. You move 6, T4, 3 up, 5 up invuln, 3 wounds, leadership 7, OC 1. He's got a Dev Wound pistol with 1 shot, strength 6, AP 0, damage 1. It's basically like a Volkite pistol. He's got an axe, 3 attacks on 4s, strength 6, AP 2, 2 damage, and then he's got a server arm with another attack at strength 6, AP 2, 2 damage. He can be attached to Shock Troops, Jungle Fighters, Death Corps of Krieg, Kashrkin, Combat Engineers. He is 45 points. Engine Seer, while this model is within 3 inches of 1 or more friendly Astra Militarum vehicles, it has blown up. Got there. In your command phase, select 1 friendly Astra Militarum vehicle within 3 inches. It regains D3 lost wounds, and until the start of your next command phase has a 4-up invuln. Yeah, you take this with a Bane Blade. Vengeance of the Omnissiah. If a friendly vehicle is destroyed within 12 inches of this model until the end of the battle, he's got 6 attacks with his axe instead of 3. Does not have grenades. Alright, moving on. Commissar. The Commissar is moving 6, toughness 3, 5 up, 5 up. With invuln. 3 wounds, leadership 6, and OC 1. So he's brave. He's a brave boy. He's going to have a plasma pistol. He's going to have a power weapon. 3 attacks with that power weapon on 3s. He can be attached to Shock Troops, Jungle Fighters, Death Corps, Kashrkin, Krieg Combat Engineers, and Scions. Doesn't have anything interesting for his keywords. Nope. Summary execution once per battle round at the start of any phase. You can select 1 friendly Astra Militarum infantry unit that is battle shocked, and within 12 inches of this model, if you do, 1 model in that unit is destroyed, and then it's no longer battle shocked. Once per battle at the start of any phase. So that's that's actually not that great. If you could just make them not battle shocked instead of at the start of any phase, because it's like you're in the charge phase or something, right? Your opponent's got an ability, and they're like, "Cool, take a battle shock test," and you fail it. Well, that phase has already started, so you can't use this now. So it's like, I don't know. Political Overwatch. While another officer model is in the same unit as this model, you can reroll battle shock tests taken for the unit. Okay, can issue 1 order to regiment units. This officer can only issue the duty and honor and fixed bayonets orders. Okay, so he can only give you +1 OC, and he can only give you +1 to hit in combat. +1 to your weapon skill, technically. Cadian Shock Troops. Oh, so the Commissar, how many points are you? He is 30 points, so he's also real cheap. Acadian shock troops, they're 65 or 120, so you get a little bit of a discount for taking a 10-man, or a 20-man. They're garden profile. They're OC2, though. So move 6, T3, 5 up save, 1 wound, leadership 7, OC2. I'm probably not going to repeat that because it's going to be the next 3 data sheets, probably. They have access to grenade launchers, meltaguns, plasma guns, sergeant's autogun. 2 shots, a strength 3. Okay. For every 10 models, up to 2 shock troopers can have their las gun replaced with either a flamer, meltagun, any of that stuff. For every 10 models in the unit, 1 guy can have a voxcaster. Do you need more than 1 of those? Any number of shock troopers can have their las pistol replaced with a bolt pistol. Sorry, any number of shock trooper sergeants, which there will be 2 of. Any number of shock trooper sergeants can have a chainsword. Okay, so you basically get this. So you're going to get 18 guys and 2 sergeants. At the start of your command phase, if they're within range of an objective marker, it remains under your control, and then they have the voxcaster, which gives them... so each time you target the bear's unit with a strat, adding 1 to the result... If there's an officer within 6 inches, you gain a CP on a 5+, so on a 4+, if there's an officer nearby or in the unit. Okay. Death Corps of Krieg, this is more what we're here for. Same stat line. They have access to basically the same weapons. They can get a long las, which is strength 4, AP2, 2 damage, hitting on 4s at 36 inches. Apparently this makes no sense. For every 10 models in this unit, up to 2 Death Corps troopers can have their las gun replaced with one of the following. Okay. For every 10 models in this unit, up to 2 Death Corps troopers can have their las gun replaced with one of the following, which is going to be a voxcaster, meltagun, plasma gun. You cannot select more than 2 of these options per unit unless it contains 20 models. In which case, you cannot select more than 4 of these. And that's going to be for a plasma gun, meltagun, any of this shit. You can have a medipack, which, does their medipack do something different? Maybe. Any number of dudes, watchmasters, which are going to be your sergeants, can have close combat weapons, replace their las pistol and chainsword with 1 bolt pistol and close combat. Just keep the chainsword. You each have their chainsword replaced with a power weapon. Just do that, because your power weapons are going to be the best thing. 2 attacks on 4s, strength 4, AP2, 2 damage. Any number of watchmasters can have a plasma pistol. Yeah, so they've got some restrictions here for the different things, but there's a lot of words there, and they're really small text. I don't even know if you can read that. Grim Demeanor. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll if they're below starting strength, add 1 to the wound roll if they're below half. That's what they had before. Each time you target the bear's unit with a stratagem, this is the voxcaster, you gain a CP back on a 5-up. Death Corps Medipack. At the start of your command phase, if the bear's unit is below starting strength, you can return D3 models to the unit. If this unit contains 2 models equipped with a Death Corps Medipack, return D3 plus 1, plus your command squad. So you could just return all kinds of shit to the unit, which is kind of funny. Catachin Jungle Fighter, same stat line. For every 5 models in the unit, 1 guy can have a flamer. For every 10 models in the unit, 1 Jungle Fighter can be equipped with a voxcaster. Oh, these come in 10 or 20 mans. 1 sergeant, 9 guys each. Same thing here. They have Scout 6. Each time a model in this unit makes a melee attack, if it made a charge move or was charged, add 1 to the wound roll. Okay. So in combat, they got 1 attack at strength 3, AP0, damage 1. What a fucking joke. They have grenades. These guys have grenades. These guys probably have grenades. They do. They have platoon as well, and regiment. These have just regiment. These do not have platoon. I went past them. Excuse me. So these guys, they have platoon, and they have regiment. These guys have platoon and regiment as well. Alright. So we're gonna... So the Death Corps of Krieg, let's go over the points real quick, because I forgot about that. So Death Corps of Krieg, they are 65 or 130, so you don't get a discount for taking a bigger unit of these guys. The Catachin Jungle Fighters, they're 65 or 120, so you do get a little bit of a discount for taking more of these guys, maybe because you can't put them in a vehicle, I'm not sure. We're going to move on, though, to the Kashrkin. The Kashrkin basically have the same stat line. The only difference is that they have a 4-up save and they're only OC1. They have access to a whole bunch of stuff as well. So bolt pistols, flamers, grenade launchers, hotshot las guns, which are nice. Strength 3, AP1, damage 1, 24 inches. Hotshot pistols, technically the marksman rifle, 1 shot, 4-2, 3 damage though. Volley gun, 2 shots, rapid fire 2, so not terrible. At 30 inches, strength 4, AP 1, damage 1. Got meltaguns, plasma pistols. These also have Scout 6 inches. They have Warrior Elite. Once per battle round at the start of any phase, you can select one order to affect this unit until the start of your next command phase, in addition to any other orders issued to this unit by an officer model this battle round. That means that they can have, so if you have like Ursula attached to this unit, they can actually be affected by 3 different orders at the same time. So you could have, +1 save, +1 OC, and first rank fire, second fire, or something along those lines. You can have all kinds of different stuff going on. Voxcaster, same deal, get your CP back on a 5-up. And then Melt to Mine. Once per battle, at the start of any phase, you can select one enemy unit within 3 inches of the bear and roll a d6. On a 2+, the enemy unit suffers d3 mortal wounds, or 2d3 if it's a vehicle. Up to 4 guys can have their hot shot las gun replaced with flamers, grenade launchers, volley guns, melt guns, plasma guns. 1 dude can have a hot shot marksman rifle. 1 dude's hot shot las gun can be replaced with a hot shot las pistol and a melt to mine. So I guess you do that. So 1 guy could have a Voxcaster. The sergeant can have a power weapon. The sergeant's hot shot las pistol can be a plasma pistol. You cannot select the same weapon from the list more than twice per unit. So so that's these 2 things together. Cool. So you can only have 2 plasma guns, 2 melta guns, because they don't sell 4 melta guns in the box. We already went over this stuff. They're just 10-man units, and I think they're like 100 points or something. They're 110 points, so not too bad for what they do. A little bit pricey, but not crazy for what they do. You're only paying 11 points a model for them, so not too bad. Krieg Combat Engineers. I heard these are nuts. Move 6, T3, 4-up save, 1 wound, leadership 7, OC of 1. These do come in 5 or 10-man units, so they're 70 points or they're 95. Now, they have access to hand flamers, which is interesting. It's a strength 3 flamer that has pistol, plasma pistol as well. For combat, they can have different stuff. The trench club, I think, is something you're going to want to take because it's just better than the chainsword. Well, I guess it's not better than the chainsword because the chainsword has more attacks. But the trench club's 2 attacks, the strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. They all have an auto pistol and a trench club. They also scout 6 inches. Jesus Christ. Once per turn, you can target this unit with the grenade strat for 0 CP. Once per battle, at the start of your shooting phase, select an enemy unit within 12 inches of the bear and roll a d6. On a 3+, the enemy unit suffers d3. It's going to be d3 mortal wounds now instead of d6. So it's d3 mortal wounds or 2d3 mortal wounds if it's a vehicle, is basically what this has been changed to. So, the Krieg Combat Engineer's auto pistol and trench club can be replaced with a flamer and close combat weapon. Just a straight flamer. I missed that. They can just take straight flamers. 1 Krieg Combat Engineer. Okay, 1 Krieg Combat Engineer auto pistol and trench club can be replaced with 1 auto pistol, 1 remote mine. You're going to want that. Any number of models can have their auto pistols and trench clubs replaced with 1 combat shotgun and 1 close combat weapon. You probably do that. The combat shotgun strength 4, so you just have 2 shots of strength 4 from each guy. It's better than it being in combat, frankly. The Watchmaster can take a hand flamer or a plasma pistol or bolt pistol, but you're not going to do that. The Watchmaster's trench club will be a power sword, probably. So, yeah, power weapon. That's what you get for these guys. 75 or 95. Is that what I read? 70 or 95. So those extra few guys mean nothing to this unit. They do have the grenades keyword, obviously, because you can target them with the grenade strat for 0 CP. So this unit's really good. This unit is also very good. They move up 6 inches. They give it to a transport if they can get inside of a transport, or if they do get inside. When they do get inside, they give it to the transport. Same deal here. They can give that shit to a transport, get out, throw a grenade for free. Once per turn, you can target this unit with the grenade strat. Did they not? They didn't learn, dude. It needs to say 1 unit from your army with this ability can be targeted with the grenade strat for 0 CP. It doesn't say that. It just says once per turn, you can target this unit with the grenade strat for 0 CP. So if you have 3 of these fucking things, they can all throw a grenade, and then they can all remote mine. That sounds problematic. So that's what we get for them. Moving on. Tempestus Scions. These did change a little bit. I'm just going to roll through them, though. Their stat line's the same, so they're a guardsman with a 4-up save. That's what they are. And OC1. They have access to the grenades, the hotshot volley guns, the melta guns, plasma guns, maybe the sniper rifle. And they don't have access to the hotshot sniper rifle. Okay. So for every 5 models in the unit, 2 dudes can have their hotshot las gun replaced with one of the following. You cannot select the same one unless there's 10. So you're going to have, you know, probably a melta gun and a plasma gun, and then you're going to double up on those when you take the 10-man unit. You can have a Voxcaster. You can have a Power Fist on the Sergeant. You can have a Plasma Pistol on the Sergeant. There are units of 5 to 10. That's what's going to happen. You can have up to 2 leader units attached to this unit, provided no more than one of those is a command squad. If it does... Okay. Real quick, I want to check our... Yeah, so these are the same. This is what I was saying before. This unit can have up to 2 leaders attached to it, provided no more than one of those units is a command squad, which is interesting. Like, if you can put a command squad and a psyker in a unit, that starts getting interesting to me, because it's a 26-man unit with a 4-up invuln that returns dudes to the unit. So, if you do that with, like, a Krieg squad, yeah. Right? Because they have dudes that can attach. They have dudes that can attach. So you attach this unit, the Krieg Command Squad. Yeah. Yep. You attach this Krieg Command Squad to that unit. There's actually more models in this unit. So that's kind of funny. They're terrible, but you can issue orders to them while battle shock. So they're not that terrible. And they've got extra guns and stuff that you can have, which is cool. You like guns. And yeah, then that's just really funny to me, because now you have a 4-up invuln 26-man unit that brings back 3d3 dudes. No, it would be 2d3 plus 1 dudes. Like, that's annoying, bro. That's annoying to get through. Anyway, those are our scions. Points. What are the points for our scions? They are 70 points or 140. They went up recently. So they got the triple nerf, you know, how that goes. They got nerfed, their strats got nerfed, their detachment got nerfed, their mom got nerfed, everything got nerfed, alright? The Aquilons also got nerfed, but that wasn't as recent. Basically, this can't be done, so they can deep strike in within 6 inches now, and you can't do it if you're rapid ingressing. It's only on your turn. When they enter the battlefield using the deep strike ability, the dude can shoot with the sentry, so that either the flamer, the grenade launcher, or the hotshot volley gun as if it were your shooting phase. If it's set up on the battlefield using deep strike, the Tempestor Aquilon can shoot its sentry weapon. As if it were your shooting phase, the Tempestor Aquilon model is equipped with that weapon until the end, until this unit makes a normal advance or fallback or charge move. Okay, so it's like they have it until they move? It's kind of weird. I didn't actually know that that's how it worked. But yeah, the precision drop changed to 6 inches. They have deep strike. They're the same as Scions in terms of their stat line. They have access to slightly different weapons, which are kind of weird. The grenade launcher is 2 shots at strength 9 AP2 D3 damage. The Melta Carbine is an assault weapon with Melta 2 with a 10-inch range, strength 9 AP4 D6 damage, so that's just strange. The Plasma Carbine is just 2 shots all the time. Strength 8 AP3 2 damage is what you're going to do with it, with assault, so they're cool. The Flamer can be something else, probably keep the Flamer. The Tempestor Aquilon's Hotshot Las Carbine can be replaced with one of the following. Is that like the special guy in the unit? Tempestus Aquilon's one Tempestor Aquilon. God, that's so fucking confusing, bro. Alright. Basically, they can take some Melta Carbines and some Plasma Guns. And then you can get the Flamer as well. One Tempestus Aquilon Hotshot Las Carbine can be replaced with 2 Hotshot Las Pistols. Okay. You can have the Hotshot Long Las. So you get that in addition. So the 3 damage, strength 4 AP2, 3 damage. Okay, with precision. And 2 dudes can have their Hotshot Las Carbine replaced with 1 Hotshot Las Pistol. Why would you ever want to do that? Why would you ever want to do that? Why the fuck would you ever want to do that? They have grenades as well. So they can come down within 6 inches, throw grenades at you, and I think that prevents this from working, but that's what we got for our Tempestus Aquilons. Pretty good unit there. They're a little expensive, though. They are 110 points. So, moving on to our Ogren Bodyguard. Is this a unit? It's 1 guy. Move 6, T6, 5-up save, 6 wounds, leadership 7, OC1. He's got a Grenadier Gauntlet or a Ripper Gun, I'm assuming. Grenadier Gauntlet's going to be D6 shots at 18, 4-0-1, or you can keep the Ripper Gun, which is Rapid Fire 3 at 18. It has an 18-inch range, so Rapid Fire at 9. If I confuse anybody. 3 shots, 5-1-2, hitting on 4s. In combat, you have a bunch of different options. Your Huge Knife is going to be 6 attacks, strength 8, AP 1-2 damage, just like Nork. The Bulgrin Maul, strength 7, AP 1-2 damage with 5 attacks on 3s. What? Ripper gun. Okay. So he has a 6-up Feel No Pain. While one or more officer models are in the same unit, they have a 4-up Feel No Pain. He can get a 4-up Invuln, which is interesting. And he can have a wounds characteristic of 7 if he takes the Slab Shield. So he can either have a Brute Shield, Slab Shield, or the Huge Knife. You can't get everything. The Ripper gun could become a Bullgrin Maul, and then he could also have the Brute Shield. So you can't get the Huge Knife if you take those things. That's why it's like weird. At the start of the declared battle formation, he joins a command squad. Yep. He counts as 3 dudes in a transport. We then have the Ogryn squad. So the Ogryn bodyguard themselves, they are 40 points. So just the single boy, 40 points. Ogryns, though, they're 60 or 120. They move 6, T6, 5-up save, 3 wounds, leadership 7, and OC 1. Now, these don't have the regiment keyword or the platoon keyword, so you're not going to be able to issue orders to these probably. They have grenades? What? Did they always have grenades? No fucking way did they have grenades before. But they didn't really change, I don't think. The Ripper gun is rapid fire 3, like I said twice already in this review. Strength 5, AP 1, 2 damage with 3 shots. In combat, it is 4 attacks on 3s. Strength 6, AP 1, damage 1. So not like the worst profile in combat, but if you're not taking like 10-man units, then it's not that impactful. But you can't take 10-man units. You can only take 3 to 6. 6-up Feel No Pain, point blank barrage. Each time a model in this unit makes a ranged attack, it targets the closest eligible target. Improve the armor penetration characteristic of that attack by 1. So units of 5 to 10, they have grenades. 130 points if you take 6 of them. I'm not sure why. There's actually a tax there. So if you take a 3-man, it's 60. So double that would be 120, but it's 130. So I'm not sure what's going on. Bullgrin squad. Move 6, T6, 3-up save. 3-up save? 3 wounds, leadership 7, OC 1. Grenadier Gauntlet. You take a Bullgrin Maul. You take a Bullgrin Maul. The Grenadier Gauntlet blast D6 shots at 18. 4, 0, 1 on 4s. Or you can take the Bullgrin Maul, which is going to be a combat weapon, at 7, 1, 2, hitting on 3s with 4 attacks. Do that. Please do that. And then take the Brute Shield, which gives you a 4-up Invuln. Don't take the Slab Shield. They have 6-up Feel No Pain. Each time an attack is allocated to a model in this unit, subtract them from the damage characteristic. Awesome. Fucking awesome. Unless they're like 500 points. They are not 500 points, though. They are 110. That is pretty expensive. 110 or 220, but, I mean, damn. They got a 3-up, 4-up, -1 damage, and good in combat, and not terribly slow. They can't issue orders to them, so they can't move 9 inches. But they can get in transports and stuff. So, Bullgrins. That's what the Bullgrins are. Alright, so, Cadian Heavy Weapons Squad. This is going to be 65 points. It's a 2-wound thing. There's 3 of them in a unit, so you just get 3 in a unit. Move 6, T3, 5-up save. 2 wounds, leadership 7, and OC of 2. My bad there. My cat stole an object from my table. I had to get it from him. So the Cadian Heavy Weapons team squad thing, basically what we're gonna see is, so you have a bunch of different options here. Autocannon, so 913, Heavy Bolter, 512, Las Cannon, 12-3, D6 plus 1, and then Missile Launcher, 9-2, D6, or you have a Blast profile, or you have the Mortar, which is probably what you're going to take, and the reason why they went up in points recently. 501 D6 shots, but with blast and indirect fire. Any number of models can have their Heavy Bolter replaced with one of the following, so Autocannon, Las Cannon, Missile Launcher, Mortar. Covering fire. Each time you target this unit with the Fire Overwatch stratagem, while resolving that stratagem, hits are scored on an unmodified hit roll of 5+, or an unmodified hit roll of 4+, if they're within 6 inches of one or more friendly platoon units. Okay. They count as 2 models in a transport. Okay. And that's kind of what they do. They have grenades, because everything has grenades. They are also a regiment unit. Catachan Heavy Weapon Squad. So, pretty much the same thing here. Mortars, stuff like that. These guys have Scout. They have Bring It Down. Each time a model in this unit makes a ranged attack that targets a monster or vehicle, reroll a hit roll of 1, and reroll a wound roll of 1. Everything's hitting on 5s, which is awful. They have heavy, though. So if they stay still, they're hitting on 4s, and then if you do take aim on them, they're hitting on 3s, because it's 2 different things that's being modified. And then they're back to hitting on 4s at that point. So you're going to take the mortars almost every time. That's just what's going to happen. 65 points for these guys as well, I believe. Yep, there's 65 points. Krieg Heavy Weapon Squad, probably the same amount of points. Just kidding, they're actually more expensive. They are 75 points. Why are they 75? They move 4, they're toughness 3 with a 4-up save, 2 wounds, leadership 7, OC of 1, and then 6, so that's on the heavy weapon gunner, and then 6-inch move on everybody else, toughness 3, 5-up save, 1 wound, leadership 7, OC of 1. So it's 3 heavy weapon gunners and 1 fire coordinator. Each heavy weapon gunner is equipped with a las cannon, las pistol, close combat weapon. The other dude has whatever. They count as 2 models. So they have final duty. While this unit contains a fire coordinator, each time a heavy weapon gunner model is destroyed, roll a d6 on a 3+. Do not remove it from play. It can shoot, and then it's removed from play. Cool. And that's after the attacking model has finished making its attacks. Attacking unit. Pretty cool. They can have heavy flamers, which are really stupid, I think, right? I heard about these things. Strength 5, AP 1, 2 damage, baby. At 18 inches. Yeah. Ignores cover, torrent, so basically AP 2. Yeah. Awesome. Then we have the heavy stubber. I'm not sure what that... I guess that's just a thing you can take. Don't ever take that. Either take the las cannon, but hits on 5, so don't do that. Or the heavy flamer, which doesn't hit on anything. It just auto hits and is good. So take the heavy flamer, take 3 of them, and do cool stuff and shoot on death. This is a great unit. What the fuck? This unit's nuts. Alright. That's what we got. Then we have the artillery team. Move 3 inches. Toughness 7. They're a regiment unit, and they're a regiment unit, so you can make them move faster. We can move 6 inches. Toughness of 7, 3 up save, 10 wounds, leadership 7, OC 3. Heavy mortar, strength 8, AP 1, 2 damage, d6 plus 3 shots. It's heavy blast indirect, 48. Heavy quad launcher, blast, heavy, indirect, twin linked, 2d6 shots, hitting on 5s though at 501. Lads gun don't care. Multiple rocket launcher. This is anti-infantry 3-up blast heavy indirect fire. D6 plus 3 shots on 5s again. 2, 1. What? 2, 1, 1. So it's strength 2, AP 1, damage 1. And then the siege cannon. This is going to be strength 12, AP 2, D3 damage. Sorry, strength 12, AP 2, 3 damage, D6 shots. Blast heavy indirect fire, hitting on 5s normally. Okay. Siege cannon can be replaced with one of the following. So either the siege cannon, the heavy mortar can be replaced with a siege cannon, quad launcher, rocket, whatever. It's one thing in a unit. It has remorseless barrage. In your shooting phase, after this model has shot, if one or more of those attacks made with an indirect fire weapon scored a hit against an enemy unit, that unit must take a battle shock test. If an infantry unit is hit by one or more attacks made by multiple rocket launcher, they must subtract 1 from the battle shock test when they do so. The artillery team is 95 fucking points. It has grenades. Why does it have grenades? Why does everything in this army have grenades? It's fine. It's 95 points. It's fine. And that's it. Field Ordnance Battery. 3-inch move, T5, 4-up save, 6 wounds, leadership 7, OC of 2. These guys have the Bombast Field Gun. Strength 7, AP 1, 2 damage with D6 shots. Again, blast heavy indirect, hitting on 5s. They can take a heavy las cannon. 2 shots, strength 14, AP 3, D6 plus 1 damage. Interesting, hitting on 5s. Malleus rocket launcher, D6 plus 6 shots, strength 6, AP 1, 1 damage. Blast and heavy. Any number of models can have their Malleus rocket launcher replaced with one of the following: Bombast field gun, heavy las cannon, rearm, reload, fire. While this unit is being affected by an order, provided it remains stationary, all heavy weapons equipped by models in this unit have sustained hits 1. Okay, so it's 2 dudes in a unit. It's like 70 points, I think? Nope, I was completely fucking wrong. It's 110 points. So, it has grenades next. Adelan Rough Riders. They move 12. They're T4 with a 4-up save, 2 wounds, leadership 7, OC 1. Units of 5 to 10. They have the Hunting Lances, which is what we care about. Goad Lances, so you can take 2 Goad Lances for every 10, 1 for every 5. Goad Lance, 2 attacks on 3s, strength 6, AP 2, 2 damage. The Hunting Lance has 2 different profiles. Either it's D6 hits on 3s, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1, or 1 hit on 3s, strength 9, AP 4, D6 damage. We're not talking about the ranged weapons because they don't matter. Then we have the Power Saber. That's probably going to be on the Sergeant. Yeah, Power Saber. It's a power weapon with 4 attacks on 3s, strength 4, AP 2, damage 1. And then the Steed's Hooves, 2 attacks, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1, with all their horses there. Horse Masters, they're eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which it fell back. Oh man, that's so fucking good. They're going to fall back, and they're going to shoot with their las guns. So, they can fall back and shoot and charge, which is nice. The charge part is what matters there. They have grenades. Death Riders. Toughness 4, 4 up save, 2 wounds, leadership 7, OC of 1. These are a little slower. They move 10 inches, though. They have a Death Rider Las Carbine, which is an assault weapon with 2 shots at 18 inches, strength 3, AP 0, damage 1 on 4s. They have a Frag Lance. That's all they have. Yeah, Frag Lance, Power Saber, Steed Savage Claws. So the Frag Lance is what they get, which is the D6 attacks, a strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. The Savage Claws, though, those are AP 1 on these guys. Then they have screening lines once per turn. When an enemy unit ends a normal advance or fallback move within 9, if they are not within engagement range, they can move 6 inches. That is nice. It's pretty nice. They have grenades. Oh, I gotta tell you how many points these are, don't I? So the Adelan Rough Riders are 60 or 120. The Death Riders, though, these guys are 70 or 140. I don't understand how they're more expensive, but they are. Rattlings are gonna bring us in at 60 points or 100 if you take full 10-man. Their toughness 2. They moved 6. Their toughness 2 with a 6 up save, 1 wound, leadership 8, and OC of 1. My god. But they can take tank stopper rifles, which is a sniper rifle for tanks, I guess. Strength 9, AP 3, D6 damage. They can't all take one of these things. Or a regular sniper rifle, strength 4, AP 2, 2 damage. They have infiltrators. They have stealth. If this unit contains 10 models, sniper rifle can be replaced. A single sniper rifle can be a tank stopper rifle. If the unit contains 10 models, one dude can be equipped with demolition gear. If a unit contains 10 models, one guy can be equipped with 1 rattling battle mutt. Demolition gear, they gain grenades. The rattling battle mutt, once per battle, when this unit is selected to shoot, it can use this ability. If it does, until the end of the phase, ranged weapons equipped by models in the unit have lethal hits. Okay. Infiltrators and stealth, I already said that. So shoot sharp and then scamper. In your shooting phase, after this unit has shot, if it's not within engagement range of any enemy units, it can make a normal move as if it were your movement phase. It can't charge. They can move 6. They don't have grenades. Finally, something that doesn't have grenades. Okay, Rattlings are great because they're infiltrators, 60-point infiltrator. You just put them up there, put them in people's way, and be like, cool, you can't move now. Or you do something like get area denial turn 1 or something like that. Armored Sentinel, and you stop scouts, you stop other people from being able to infiltrate, just great units, great cheap things. Armored Sentinels. Armored Sentinels are going to be 65 points or 130. You can no longer take these in big units of 3. They move 8, their toughness 8, they have a 2-up save, 7 wounds, leadership 7, and OC of 2. They can take autocannons, heavy flamers, they can all take a hunter killer, which is kind of cool. Las cannons, multi-lasers, missile launchers, and plasma cannons. The only thing you really care about, though, is going to be the las cannon. They can also take a sentinel chainsaw. Any number of dudes can take a sentinel chainsaw. Yeah, any number of dudes can take a hunter killer missile. Any number of dudes can have their multi-laser replaced with a las cannon, because that's the good weapon. Mobile Hunter, deadly demise 1, so just 1 damage. Mobile Hunter Killers. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack that targets a monster or vehicle, you can re-roll the wound roll. So it's just 2 shots, you hit with 1, it fails to wound, you re-roll it, they make the fucking armor save, so whatever. They're fine. They're 65 points for a toughness 8, 7 wound, 2-up save thing, that's OC2. Not bad. The Scout Sentinels, though, are probably where it's at, because they move a little bit faster, they're probably a little bit cheaper still. They're 55 points or 110, so cheaper. Scout 9, you know, that's great. They move 10, their toughness 7 with 7 wounds, though, with a 3-up save. Still OC2, which is nice. They can also have autocannons, flamers, they get the hunter killer missiles, they take the las cannon. It's basically all the same. They all get the chainsaw as well. So basically the same thing, just a little bit easier to destroy. Now, these guys have regiment and squadron. They have both. They have smoke, they have smoke. Okay, so they're basically the same thing. Just the stat line's different. And this is going to be different as well. At the start of your shooting phase, select one enemy unit within 18 inches invisible until the end of the phase. Each time a friendly Astra Militarum model makes an attack that targets that unit, reroll a hit roll of 1. Not bad. I mean, they're 55-point scout 9-inch units that can make you reroll hit rolls of 1. They're annoying to kill. They're 7 wounds, a toughness 7 with a 3-up save. And they have like a decent weapon if you give them a las cannon. So, yeah. Scout Sentinels get an A+ in my book. Torox is next, moves 12, T8 with a 3-up save, 10 wounds, leadership 7, and OC2. Comes with a twin, so what it got here is a twin autocannon, and it has like no options. It can take a storm bolter. So twin autocannon, twin linked autocannon with 2 shots, 9, 1, 3. hitting on 4s. And then it's got its Stormbolter. We don't need to go over that. Deadly Demise D3, and then Rapid Deployment. People can disembark from this transport after it advanced. Units that do so count as having made a normal move and cannot declare a charge. It has a transport capacity of 12. Ogrins take up the space of 3. It cannot transport artillery. It is a squadron unit. Yeah. And then you got the Tarox Prime. He also moves 12 with a toughness of 8, a 3-up save, 10 wounds, leadership 7, and OC2. So the stat lines are identical. The difference here is weapons and stuff. So this comes with the Tarox Battle Cannon, Twin Tarox Hot Shot Volley Gun. 6 fucking words for that weapon. Insane. And that's what it's got. Its battle cannon can be replaced with one of the following. Either a Gatling cannon or a missile launcher. Its Hot Shot Volley Gun can be replaced with a Twin Auto Cannon. That's probably better, maybe. So, be 6 shots at 411, twin linked, which isn't bad. Or you can just have the 2 shots at 913. Either one of those is fine. The Tarox Gatling Cannon does have dev wounds, so it's 8 shots at 401 dev wounds. Fuck that. That's if you can get rerolls to wound on it, that's fine, but the battle cannon, dude lied to me. It's D6 shots, 812. So, yeah. This is good though. In your shooting phase, after this model has shot, select an enemy unit that was hit by one or more of those attacks until the end of the phase. Each time a model that disembarked from this transport this turn makes an attack that targets that enemy unit, you can re-roll the hit roll. Wait, that changed, right? This used to be re-roll the wound roll. It's got the same transport capacity, so this can only transport Tempestus. This can transport anything. Got it. I'm with it. There's so many fucking units, dude. How many more are there? God damn. Oh my god, it just keeps fucking going. It just keeps fucking going. Chimera, 10-inch move, toughness 9, 3-up save, 11 wounds, leadership 7, OC of 2. It's got a firing deck 2, deadly demise. In your command phase, one officer embarked within this transport can issue an order, even though it's not on the battlefield. You measure distances to and from the transport. Cool. So it's got your stock of normal stuff: heavy bolters, heavy flamers, hunter killer missiles, heavy stubbers. Las gun array, that's rapid fire 6. So it's 12 shots with las guns, multi-laser, storm bolter. But what you're going to do is you're going to give it a heavy flamer, and then you're going to give it a heavy flamer. So heavy flamer, probably heavy stubber, and then a hunter killer missile. That's what you're going to do. The Chimera is like 85 points, though, if I remember. There's like, yeah, it's 85 points. There's absolutely no reason for it to be 85 points. It is a squadron unit. The Leman Russ battle tank, we're going to run through these as fast as fucking possible. So, moves 10, toughness 11, 2-up save, 13 wounds, leadership 7, OC of 3. They're all going to be able to take the same things except for the main gun. So, that's going to be heavy bolters, heavy flamers, heavy stubbers, hunter killer missiles, las cannons, multi-meltas, plasma cannons, and storm bolters. Their armored tracks are the exact same. The Leman Russ battle cannons blast, D6 plus 3 shots, strength 10, AP 1, damage 3. It's unchanged. Their war gear is also going to be the same. The las cannon can be something else, but it's not going to be. This model can be equipped with one of the following. It's going to be 2 multi-meltas. It can be equipped with one more of the following. It's going to be a heavy stubber, and then a hunter killer missile. So every one of these battle tanks that we go over next, they're all going to have 2 multi-meltas, a las cannon, a heavy stubber, and a hunter killer missile, and then their main gun. That's just how you do it. Okay, so the Leman Russ battle cannon we went over. They all have different abilities. The Deadly Demise D3, that's also going to remain the same. Being damaged, that's going to remain the same. The points are going to change though. Each time this model makes an attack that targets an enemy unit, reroll a hit roll of 1. If it's within range of an objective marker you do not control, you can reroll the hit roll instead. This is 175 points. It is a squadron unit. It's your run-of-the-mill Leman Russ battle tank. The Leman Russ Demolisher, though. This is 190 points. Weapons the same, like I said. The Demolisher cannon, though. And you guys probably know all these other weapons. That's why I'm not going over them right now, because, like, you know what a heavy flamer is. Demolisher cannon, D6 plus 1 shots, strength 14, AP 3, D6 damage. So this changed. It's D6 plus 1 shots instead of D6 plus 3 shots with blast, but, like, that went down by 2 shots. So, significant change. I think this also went down in points, but significant change there. Line Breaker, when making ranged attack with its Demolisher cannon, it can target enemy units within engagement range of it, provided no other friendly units are also within engagement range of that enemy unit. In addition, when making ranged attacks, this model does not suffer the penalty to its hit rolls for being within engagement range. Okay. So that's unchanged, just the points are different, and the Demolisher Cannon is less. The Vanquisher. The Vanquisher is 145 points. This thing is cheap as shit. Same profile. Tank Killer. Each time this model makes a ranged attack with its Vanquisher battle cannon that targets a monster or vehicle, you can reroll the wound roll. It should be it rerolls a hit, a wound. That should be what it does. The Vanquisher battle cannon is d6 plus 6 shots. Yeah, with one shot, 18, 4, d6 plus 6. Fine. I mean, it's 145 points. It's very cheap for what it does. The Executioner. This guy is 170 points. His Executioner Plasma Cannon is what we came here to see. It's d6 plus 3 shots with Blast and Hazardous, because you're going to overcharge it at 833. It does do flat 3 damage, which is pretty good. I mean, the strength's not that great, but... Gung-Ho Executioner. Each time this model makes an attack with its Executioner Plasma Cannon that targets a unit below half strength, add 1 to the hit roll. No thanks. So it's hitting on 2s if you give it take aim, and it targets something that's already been demolished by something else in your army. It just can clean them up. It executes them, hence the name. So, yeah, that's what that does. The Punisher, please be like 5 points. 150 points. There is no fucking way this is more points than the Vanquisher. So, yeah, mow down the enemy. It's going to try. Each time this model makes an attack with its Punisher Gatling Cannon that targets a non-monster or vehicle, it has devastating wounds. Okay, its Punisher Gatling Cannon is 20 shots, 601. If it can get reroll wounds somehow, which I don't recall that being the case anywhere prior to this page, it's a bad vehicle. All right, we don't need to talk about it anymore. We can move on. The Exterminator. This guy's great. So, Withering Hail. In your shooting phase, after this model has shot, select an enemy unit hit by one or more of those attacks, made with the autocannon specifically until the end of the phase. Each time a friendly Astra Militarum unit from your army targets that enemy unit, improve the armor penetration characteristic by 1. Same enemy unit can only be affected once per phase. And then it's Exterminator autocannon. That's the rapid fire 4 twin-linked autocannon. So it's going to be 8 shots, like all the time. Strength 9, AP 1, damage 3 with twin linked, which is important because it's only strength 9. So getting those rerolls, that's important. That's a 55% chance to wound against most things. So that's pretty good. Otherwise, we're looking at the same thing. He's probably also like 170 points. Yep, 170 points. That didn't change. The Eradicator, this guy is also 170 points. Urban Warfare, each time a ranged attack targets this model. If this model has the benefit of cover against that attack, subtract 1 from the damage characteristic. Whoa, that's kind of weird. Blast ignores cover for its gun. 712 with D3 plus 6 shots with Blast. That's a kind of a weird profile. But 712, it does have ignores cover though, which is kind of nice, I guess. A ranged attack targets this model. Yeah, that's a weird ability. Okay, Rogodorn. Rogodorn is a 10-inch move, so this is going to be the same stat line that we saw before. 10-inch move, toughness 12 with a 2-up save, 18 wounds, leadership 7, and OC of 5. Man, I wish my Land Raiders had 18 wounds. That breakpoint would be pretty important a lot of the time. Anyway, though, Castigator Battle Cannon is what he comes with. It's 12 shots at 501, so at 24 inches, just not great. What you're going to do is you're going to take the Pulverizer Cannon. I think that's the replacement there. And... right, the Pulverizer? Yeah, the Castigator Battle Cannon becomes our Pulverizer Cannon. That's the D6 shots at 24 with Blast. Strength 9, AP 3, 3 damage. This thing can also take the Twin Battle Cannon. I think it comes with the Twin Battle Cannon. So you're going to take the Oppressor Cannon instead. The Twin Battle Cannon, though, it's a Battle Cannon, basically. It's Blast, it's Twin-linked, so it does reroll wounds. 10, 1, 3. D6 plus 3 shots. Not a bad weapon, honestly. The Oppressor Cannon, though, that's Blast as well with D6 plus 3 shots. It's 12, 2, 3 without Twin Linked. Yeah, I mean, the AP being better is just, yeah, you're going to take the Oppressor Cannon pretty much every time. This didn't change either. Its weapon options are exactly the same. So if you take the Oppressor Cannon, you also get that Coaxial Autocannon for a couple of extra shots at 913. It takes 2 Multi-Meltas. It probably takes 2 Heavy Stubbers or 2 Meltaguns if that's what you want to go with. It has the Ablative Plating, so that didn't change with Deadly Demise D6. Once per battle, it can blank damage. It gets damaged and it gets hurt, -1 to hit. It's a squadron unit, and it is a 240-point model. The Basilisk is next here, and the Basilisk is 140 points. Moves 10, toughness 9 with a 3-up save, 11 wounds, leadership 7, OC 3, so it's on a Chimera chassis. Deadly Demise D3, yep. Earthshaker Cannon, Blast, indirect fire. It shoots across the store to the store in the next county. And it's D6 plus 3 shots. It's Strength 8, AP 2, damage 2. So, yeah, I mean, it's got like a heavy flamer in the front. No big deal there. And a Hunter Killer Missile. Deadly Demise D3. In your shooting phase, after this model has shot, if one or more of those attacks made with its Earthshaker Cannon scored a hit against an enemy infantry unit until the start of your next shooting phase, that unit is shaken. While they're shaken, subtract 2 from its move characteristic and subtract 2 from the charge rolls made from it. It no longer subtracts 2 from the advance rolls. 140 point Basilisk, cool. The Hydra, this thing is pretty damn good actually. The Hydra is worth its points for sure. It is 95 points. Moves 10, toughness 9, so it's the same stat line, right? So same stat line. It's got flak battery though. Each time this model makes an attack that targets a unit that can fly, you can reroll the hit roll. So it does hit on 4s normally, but if it hits on 3s, because you gave it take aim, now it's hitting on 3s, and it's rerolling its hit roll, so it's better than hitting on 2s at that point, mathematically. The Hydra autocannon though, it doesn't get any extra shots. It's just 4 shots at 913, but it has anti-fly 2+ and twin linked. And it's good stats for 95 points. I think it's pretty good, but it's not like, you know, breaking the bank or anything crazy. Alright, Manticore. The Manticore is 165 points. It's gun. What do they do? Oh, that's what they do, huh? Strength 7, huh? Those big fucking rockets are Strength 7. Sure. They are Strength 7, AP 2, and flat 3 damage at 120 inches. Anti-infantry 2+ blast, indirect fire. So they wound all infantry on 2s. Indirect, yeah. D6 shots ain't amazing. Furious Barrage in your shooting phase. After this model has shot, select one enemy unit, excluding monsters and vehicles, hit by one or more of the attacks made with its Storm Eagle rockets until the start of your next shooting phase. That enemy unit is staggered. While it's staggered, subtract 1 from the objective control characteristic of models in that unit. That's fucking good. To a minimum of 1. Never mind. That's not fucking good. It's fucking bad. Most things are OC1 unless they're battle line, so like, nah. Wyvern. Please be the last thing. 110 points. Yeah. Okay, so it's got a Wyvern quad storm shard mortar. That's what it's got. It's blast, it's indirect fire, it's twin linked, baby. It's 2d6 shots. Does it have 2 of them? No, it's just got 1. 501. This thing is not interesting to me. It does have indirect fire, but like, nah. Suppression bombardment in your shooting phase. After this model has shot, select an enemy unit, excluding monsters and vehicles, hit by one or more of those attacks made with its Wyvern quad storm shart mortar. Until the start of your next shooting phase, that enemy unit is suppressed. While they're suppressed, they're -1 to their hit roll. All the time. No, shooting in combat. Okay. Death Strike Missile. Did you become better? No. Moves 10, toughness 10, 3-up save, so it's a little bit tougher. 11 wounds, leadership 7, OC 3. Death Strike Missile. In your shooting phase, each time this model is selected to shoot, if it has not shot with its Death Strike Missile this battle, you can do one of the following in addition to resolving this model's attacks. If this model does not have a Death Strike target on the battlefield, place a unique Death Strike target anywhere on the battlefield. If this model has a Death Strike target on the battlefield, move the marker anywhere else on the battlefield. Okay. Plasma Warhead thing. Okay, it's 1 shot. Plasma Warhead. The bear can only shoot this weapon in your shooting phase, and only if it remains stationary this turn, and you did not use the Death Strike Missile ability to designate target, or adjust the target. The bear shoots with its weapon. Do not select a target. Instead, resolve this weapon's attacks, rolling for each unit within 6 inches of the center of the Death Strike marker individually. I hate this. Strength 16, AP 4, damage 1, D6 hits on everything within 6 inches of the point in the middle. 2d6 hits on you at Strength 14, AP 4. 2d6 hits on you at Strength 16, AP 4. Blah, 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 blah. 1 damage? It's a fucking nuke, dude. It's a literal nuke. It's an ICBM nuke. And it's 1 damage. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, Baneblade stuff. And then I think we're done after this. Hellhound first, though. I don't even give a fuck how many points this thing is. I don't care. I'm not even gonna look. The Hellhound. Where's the Hellhound on here? The Hellhound's 125 points. Okay, so it's a little bit more expensive than something like a Hydra, but still pretty good because look at this. Moves 10, toughness 10, so it's T10. It's got a 2-up save and 11 wounds. 125 points, bro. leadership 7, and an OC of 3. That's better than most, like, transports and stuff. The Chem Cannon, anti-infantry 2 up, Torrent, D6 plus 1 shots, strength 2, AP 2, damage 2. Okay. Heavy Bolter, Heavy Flamer, Hunter Killer Missile, Inferno Cannon, ignores cover, Torrent, 18-inch range. So the Chem Cannon's only 12. The Inferno Cannon is 18, 2d6 shots at strength 6, AP 2, 1 damage. That's pretty good. Melta Cannon, Blast, Melta 4, D3 shots, strength 9, AP 4, D6 damage. Melta 4 is funny, but it's not any stronger. Then it can take a multi-Melta? I didn't know it could take a multi-Melta on there. I think mine are actually... I have Guard, and I haven't played with them since 5th edition, and I'm pretty sure I have Hellhounds that have multi-Meltas on them, and I just totally forgot about that being a thing. So they can take a multi-Melta. You'll probably give them a Heavy Flamer, I'd think, though, right? Heavy Flamer and, like, a Inferno Cannon. That seems like the best option. AP... I know it's only 1 damage, but it's AP 2 with 2d6 shots, so, like, that seems good. This is nice against infantry only, though, but this is just better against more things, I think. So its Inferno Cannon can be replaced with either the Chem Cannon or the Melta Cannon. Don't do that, just keep it. Its Heavy Flamer can be replaced with a Heavy Bolter or a Multi-Melta. Just keep it. This is a great Overwatch target, too. Just drives up to something, flames it, and then it's like, I dare you to move. Flush them out. In your shooting phase, after this model has shot, select one enemy unit hit by one or more of those attacks until the end of your shooting phase. They're scattered. While they're scattered, it cannot have the benefit of cover. Okay, that's awesome, too. So it takes away cover. It fucks you up for 125 points. It's annoying to kill. With a 2-up save and toughness 10 and 11 wounds, it takes away your cover, and it does damage to you, and it overwatches you like a boss. This thing is awesome. So, yeah, take one of those. Take 2 of those. Take 3 of those. Alright, we do need to wrap it up here. So we got the Baneblade next. These are all going to be the same, I hope. Movement 12, toughness 13, 2-up save, 24 wounds, leadership 7, and OC of 8. Deadly Demise D6 plus 2. The Baneblade Cannon here is going to be the different thing. So we're going to do this the same way that we did the Lehman Russes. Strength 12, AP 2, 3 damage. It's 3d6 shots, though, at 72 inches. Everything in the army is hitting on 4s also, so then, yeah. So I'll go over the weapons. We got the Demolisher Cannon, we got the Heavy Stubbers, Las Cannons, Twin Heavy Bolters, Twin Heavy Flamers. It's equipped with a bunch of shit, so... It's got a Baneblade Cannon, Coaxial Autocannon, Demolisher Cannon, Heavy Stubber, 2 Las Cannons, Twin Heavy Bolter, 2 Heavy Flamers, Armored Tracks. Its 2 Heavy Flamers can be replaced with 2 Twin Heavy Bolters. Do that. This model can be equipped with one of the following: 2 Las Cannons and 2 Twin Heavy Bolters, or the 2 Heavy Flamers and the 2 Las Cannons. So take the Heavy Bolters and do that. Banehammer. Same, so they're OC 8. I think I mentioned that, but same stat line. This guy's got the Tremor Cannon. This is going to be a blast weapon with 2d6 plus 3 shots, strength 12, AP 2, flat 3 damage. It then can take Heavy Bolters, Heavy Flamers, looks like it... Why doesn't it? Whatever. So it can take 2 Las Cannons and 2 Twin Heavy Bolters, and it can replace its Flamers with Twin Heavy Bolters. It's got a transport capacity, interestingly, of 26 dudes. Each Ogryn takes up the space of 3. It cannot transport artillery. Now, these don't have the Squadron keyword, which all your other vehicles do, so... That's what you got there. So this thing, Tremor Quake in your shooting phase just after selecting a target for this model's Tremor Cannon. The target unit and every other infantry unit within 3 inches must take a battle shock test. Firing dex 6. Cool. Okay. Bane Sword. So this guy's going to have your Quake Cannon. Blast indirect. Ignores cover, not indirect. So blast indirect. Blast ignores cover. D6 plus 6 shots. 16, 4, 4. Got through it. There we go. Alright, so this thing's got a really good gun. It's basically AP 5 with a lot of shots at flat 4 damage. So this thing will do some damage for sure. It can take 2 Heavy Bolters. And then it can take 2 Las Cannons and 2 more Heavy Bolters. It's equipped with 2 Las Cannons, Quick Cannon, Twin Heavy Bolter, 2 Twin Heavy Flamers. The Hellhammer, same stats. This guy has... Oh, I completely forgot his thing. Each time an attack made with this model's Quake Cannon destroys an enemy model that has the Deadly Demise ability, that model's Deadly Demise ability inflicts mortal wounds on a roll of a 3+ instead of a 6. Hilarious. So it makes shit explode. Okay. Cool. This model does not suffer the penalties to hit rolls for making range attacks while enemy units are within engagement range of it, so that's what our Hellhammer gets. This guy does have a Demolisher Cannon. He has the Hellhammer Cannon as well, which is blast, ignores cover, 4d6 shots, strength 7, AP 1, damage 2. That's such a shame. Same deal here, it can take 2 las cannons and 2 heavy bolters, and it can replace its heavy flamers with more heavy bolters. The Stormlord, that's going to move 12, toughness 13, same stats, I'm not going to go over those again. This has a firing deck of 12. This can carry 40 fucking guys. It's got a Vulcan Mega Bolter, so 20 shots at 6-1-2 with sustained hits. It can replace its heavy flamers with heavy bolters. It can take those 2 las cannons and more heavy bolters. It comes with more las cannons and heavy bolters. It's got all the stuff. Mount up. At the end of your opponent's movement phase, if there are no models currently embarked in this transport, you can select one friendly Astra Militarum infantry unit, excluding artillery, that is wholly within 6 inches of this transport. Unless that unit is within engagement range of one of our enemy units, it can embark within this transport. In your opponent's movement phase, it does that. I get out, I shoot you, I kill you, it's your turn, it's your movement phase, it's the end of your movement phase, getting back inside. That's awesome. So we gotta go over the points for these things real quick, don't we? So the Bane Blade is 480 points, the Bane Hammer is 450, the Bane Sword is 480, the Hellhammer is 450, the Stormlord is 495. Good God. That weapon is funny. Give it +1 AP, make this thing hit on 3s. The Storm Sword, sorry, I think I fucked those up. So the Storm Sword is 495. What is this, the Storm Lord? The Storm Lord is 460, so this guy's the 495 one. He has the Storm Sword Siege Cannon, which is blast, Norse cover, d6 plus 6 shots, strength 16, AP 4, d6 plus 2 damage each. Nice. Same options here. Pretty much the same weapons. Only a few things come with that Demolisher Cannon. Most of these don't. Concussive Wave in your shooting phase. Just after selecting a target for this model's Storm Sword Siege Cannon, roll a d6 for the target unit and every other unit within 3 inches. On a 5+, the unit being rolled for is struck by concussive waves. After this model has finished making its attacks against that target unit this phase, each unit struck by a concussive wave suffers d3 mortal wounds. Okay. Doomhammer, are you the last one? Basically. Alright, Doomhammer. This guy also has a firing deck of 6. It can transport 26 guys. Okay, he's got the Magma Cannon. It's d6 plus 3. It's strength 12, AP 4, d6 damage, but it's Melta 6. So that's pretty funny. And Blast, of course. Close range Titan Killer. Each time this model's Magma Cannon targets a monster or vehicle, that target is always considered to be within half range. Nice. Alright. Doomhammer. The Doomhammer is 445 points. Alright. Then we have the Shadow Sword. Here's the Shadow Sword. Okay, I was getting scared. He's 440 points. He's like the cheapest one practically. Each time this model makes a ranged attack with its Volcano Cannon that targets a monster or vehicle, it has devastating wounds. Nice. Its Volcano Cannon is only D3 plus 1 shots, which didn't change, I don't believe. Blast and heavy, so it does get +1 to hit, and then an additional +1 to hit if you stay stationary and give it take aim. Strength 24, AP 5, flat 12 damage. Same options. The Valkyrie is 190 points, moves 20, it's a flyer, so toughness 10 with a 2-up save. Strange. 14 wounds, leadership 7, OC 0. Airborne insertion. At the end of your opponent's movement phase, one or more units embarked within the transport can disembark from it. It's got Hellstrike missiles, multi-laser, and an armored hull. It can take a las cannon. It can take multiple rocket pods, which are 6-0-1 with d6 shots and blast. And it can take 2 heavy bolters. It can transport 12 guys. And Ogrins take up the space of 3. It doesn't have any special keywords here. We then have the fortification, which I don't fucking care about. And that is the end of the Codex. Because my camera's dying. There is so much to go over here, dude. Holy fucking shit. This is going to be a long review. There's so much stuff. Hi, Kitty. There's so much stuff going on. There's so many units. There's a bunch of detachments. There's a lot to unpack here. But overall, I think we've got some pretty cool stuff here. Because Guard were already like one of the best armies in the game. It's just that... Never mind. They were already one of the best people, or best armies in the game. So, we'll see if that remains to be true. I still think Combined Arms is good. yeah, so a lot of this is really cool. As with most of these reviews, there's way too much information for me to go over right now and kind of tell you guys what's what and what I think is good and bad and all that. So I kind of just gave you my thoughts while reading through, and that's just really all I can provide at the moment. This was a fun experience, though. This is a really interesting book. There's a whole lot of stuff in here. Some really good units. Some that are really undercosted. Some that are just really good, like the Krieg bomber guys. Those were really good. The Rogadorn tank commanders are great. The dude with the flamer guy, the tank with the flamer, that's really good. There's a lot of good stuff here. You can have this unit be really hard to kill. Probably make it silly with some sort of detachment. And yeah, this is great. I think this was a really well written and well thought out codex with a lot of good internal balance. I think a lot of these detachments have some good internal balance going on. So this is really cool. This is a weird one, the Hammer of the Emperor, but people seem to like it. This one's pretty good. Just +1 to wound straight up. This is odd to me, and I think that was it. Yeah. So overall, good codex, very good codex. Best codex that's ever been printed in this edition? Definitely not. But it's a good codex with a lot of balance, and just it's overall just very good across the board. Like, everything's got good stuff going on. All the detachments have some good stuff. Some of them are better than others, but you know, that's just the way it goes. It's always going to be the way it goes. But that's it. We're done. We are done with this crazy long codex. Oh my god, I can't wait for the Eldar codex, because it's going to be like 3 hours long, where this is probably like 2. And even that, I don't love that. But that's going to bring us to the end of this codex review for the Astra Militarum, the Imperial Guard, as they should be called, because that's what they were originally called. And I guess I'm a 40k boomer or something, because I guess it doesn't want to stay in there. I miss the old things. Sisters of Battle, Dark Eldar, Imperial Guard. It just burns into my brain. I don't mind calling them the new things. It's just like, I don't think about it. So, that's going to bring us to the end of this fucking codex. This shit is awesome. I loved it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you did, Thunderhammer that like and subscribe button. Crush it under your iron tracks. And make sure you comment. Let me know if you liked the review. Hopefully the audio sounds better than the one before this, because oh my god, dude. And, leave comments, Thunderhammer, the like, subscribe, bell icon, all that stuff. Check out the other videos. We've got all kinds of stuff here. Check out the other channel where we do video game stuff. We're kind of getting that channel up and off the ground because you guys didn't want to see that shit on this channel, so I made a new one. So, that's going to do it for this review. Yeah, you guys are fucking awesome. Make sure you theory hard, my friends, and I'll see you guys in the next video.